missiles. But when you let the people come in by the thousands and thousands and thousands, they made a terrible mistake. But they were incompetent, yeah.
Don't you wish there were other presidents who treated the press like that? Oh, are you stupid? Oh. You know, other presidents want to talk their way out of it. No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. So the question the girl was trying to ask was, why are you blaming the Biden administration for all the illegals in this country? He goes, are you stupid? Because Biden let them in.
That's exactly, I mean, how else would he explain it? If you're looking for a fact, if you're looking for the truth, well, that's as plain as day. That's like water. It's exactly what happened. They opened the border. The Biden administration knew it. They lied. Look at Mayorkas. He said it. He said, "Oh no, the border's in great shape. It is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not broken."
Yep. And Karine Jean-Pierre really let the cat out of the bag when she said, "Our plan is working. Plan's working fine."
Yeah.
But we didn't realize it. I didn't realize it until that second. That was the plan. That was the plan, to let as many people into the country as possible.
Well, you brought it up. You brought it up when it happened. It was actually Mayorkas that said that it's working just fine. and it's like, you said, wait a minute. Maybe it is. Maybe it's working exactly the way that they plan to do it.
We're not down there. We can't see, right? We don't know what's going on.
Right. So President Trump, when he's saying this, what are you, stupid? Okay, yes, he's brash. Oh, did it hurt your feelings? Oh, if I was in the pool and if I asked that question as a reporter and say that, I'd be like, oh, I guess that was probably pretty rude of me to say something, a fact like that, and ask that question.
Yeah. Sometimes I like when you and I can talk about the show out in the open, you know, things we should do. Can you take just that, what are you, stupid?
Oh, yeah.
And make it Vic and Ken. What are you, stupid?
Right? That's a good idea.
Oh, my God. I can't take it anymore. All right.
You can't, Vic.
No, I can't do it.
No.
Can't do it, Ken.
You can't.
Okay. So I got a question for you because you know more about this stuff than me. Number 22. Let's play number 22, and that's when I want you to explain something to me. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Play number 22. This is Hildebeest.
Not enough for America's future that some participate and others don't. We have been given an extraordinary blessing, and at this moment in time, our country needs us. And we need people like George Soros, who is fearless and willing to step up when it counts. So please join me in welcoming George Soros.
Is that recent?
It is the first time that I feel that I need to stand up and do something really and become really engaged in the electoral process in this country.
It's not his country. Is it?
No.
Doesn't he live somewhere else?
I don't know where he lives because there are other countries that will not allow him to go into their country.
And Hillary Clinton says, here's the guy who we need to help us cheat in every election. Isn't that what she said?
Kind of.
Help us cheat in every election. Here's George Soros, everybody. So, Ken.
And that was the initial introduction of George Soros to the world, to the United States.
Do you know when that was?
It was just a long time ago. I don't remember. They didn't note.
It wasn't like a 2016 election before that even?
It was actually before that.
Okay.
Yeah, because he became this huge mega donor way back then.
So that's like taking a gun, going on TV, and saying, hey, everybody, I'm going to shoot this guy. Everybody watch. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because how many years ago that was, and we haven't done anything about George Soros and cheating the election? Do you think he had anything to do with this Virginia redistricting vote yesterday?
Well, he did.
Well,
he funded
what the hell?
That's kind of the reason why I even put that clip in there, because he was one of the backers of this whole thing. He pushed it over the top with the money he submitted so much money in donations. It's all him. This is the narrative. They're creating a death to this country from within.
And they're trying to make him out to be a good guy, I guess, right?
Well, yeah,
Well, yeah.
sure. George Soros owns a station here in St. Louis.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Actually, not just one station, but many.
Yeah.
But yeah, he owns Odyssey.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. That's who owns Odyssey.
I wonder when the hammer's going to drop over there.
That's we're all just sitting there eating popcorn waiting. Because, you know why? Because it's going to happen. And even if it doesn't, Vic, the money that you spend on advertisers, for example, people who are actually advertising over there, that's money going into his pocket.
Yeah. And then, so odd in the sequence of things, right? We have cartoons up here. Todd made a couple of great anti-Soros cartoons that are hanging up on the wall, real big in the wall.
Yeah, they're great.
And so the sequence, George Soros, we know he's been trying to rig elections here in this country for so long. 2020, Donald Trump says, hey, this election was rigged. We just ignored it. We just ignored George Soros. And then George Soros buys a bunch of radio stations that he wants to make into liberal mouthpieces. Then he buys Odyssey Company, which used to be CBS here in St. Louis, just to, make it more visible to you. And the part that pisses me off, Ken. Oh, I'm sorry. And then he rigs this Virginia thing, the vote yesterday about redistricting. And why, in all these years, Ken, haven't we done anything about it? What in the hell?
Well, it's using our laws against us. There's really not a whole lot you can do. I mean, if he still stays within the legal boundaries of what he can do to contribute, what can people do? I mean, it's the laws that we have to change, Vic. You can't just go up to this guy and say, well, he's bad, but then Elon Musk is good. Mark Zuckerberg's bad, but now Mark Zuckerberg's good because he's contributing to conservatives. It doesn't work that way. But I think that, we need to find, like the NGOs, for example. Oh, man, George Soros funded the heck out of those. He helped fund those because then we could give more money to them.
Yeah.
And the lobbyists and all that.
He's a Hungarian American. What does that mean? Is he naturalized, so he's a citizen? Because my first thought, Ken, when you were saying that was, so we're allowing somebody who's not even an American?
Right.
Because you're talking about our laws, right? We need to change our laws. Well, I think that's where it starts, with somebody like George Soros.
I totally agree with that.
Let's go.
And his direct involvement with Virginia was a nonprofit called Fund for Policy Reform, which was founded and funded by him, donated $5 million to a pro-redistricting campaign group called Virginians for the Fair Elections. That's the whole thing about the wording. Vic, the labels. You said this a long time ago about how, like Great Missouri, the reproductive thing.
Right. Here, we'll sign a petition for women's health.
Exactly.
When it's actually abortion.
So when he says Virginians for fair elections, well, you wouldn't vote against that.
And I think that's the lawsuit, Ken. What you're talking about is the lawsuit, and why this could go. This I don't think this is over, this Virginia thing. We'll talk to Tim Jones about it more, but I think this can go all the way to the Supreme Court of the United States.
I think so, too.
Just for the wording, like you're talking about.
Yep.
Fairer elections. To a Democrat, fair election means when we win, right?
Right.
Unfair elections are when we lose.
Actually, that's a good way to put it.
All right, we're going to talk to Larry Behrens from Power the Future.
You know what we got to do, though? We got to close out.
Oh, let's close out. I'm sorry. What are we fighting?
We are fighting the fake news.
About time you did. We've been doing this forever.
Phony, fake.
Where have you been, Trump? You're Hitler. Trump is Hitler.
Another label. And then there you got to have half the population hate him, though.
Yeah.
And so they do. So they put that label on him, and they go, see, Southern Poverty Law Center, which is a great organization, said that. So it has to be right.
All right, Larry Behrens from Power of the Future is next on 101.9, 94.1 News Talk STL. Number one for live and local conservative talk.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Live and be well.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Former Congressman Bob Livingston has a warning for all Americans. Lawfare is a weapon that is destroying the U.S. We'll talk to him about his new book at 5:20.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
The Herzog Tomorrow Foundation provides private school tuition scholarships through Missouri's new Most Scholars program to cover the cost of accessible, high-quality schooling.
Hi, this is Mayela Esser with the Herzog Tomorrow Foundation. Our private school tuition scholarships wouldn't be possible without the support of generous Missouri taxpayers. If you're a Missouri taxpayer interested in redirecting your tax dollars and sending them to Missouri students in need of a better education, please contact me at herzogmostscholars.org.
Better education for students creates a better tomorrow for all. Learn how you can help provide a better education for Missouri students at herzogmostscholars.org. That's herzogmostscholars.org. Also, sign up for The Lion, an initiative of the Herzog Foundation that carries articles covering a wide range of issues facing American families and culture. herzogfoundation.com. That's herzogfoundation.com.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, it's good to hear you.
Hey, Dad, isn't it good to see ya?
Yep, but with smoke alarms, we need to hear them. If one alarm is downstairs, you might not hear it upstairs.
At school, everyone hears the fire alarm.
That's why we install hardwired smoke alarms that all go off together, just like school.
Smoke alarms done the right way.
Green is always grasser at grasserhomeservices.com.
This year, America turns 250, and News Talk STL is celebrating our nation's semi-quincentennial all year long. News Talk STL, #1 for live and local Soros-free talk, with proud supporters of our 250th birthday celebration. Doghouse Bar and Grill, Augusta Chamber of Commerce, and Ruthie's Family Restaurant. 250 years strong, and we're just getting started. 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL. So many ways to listen to News Talk STL. Enable our Alexa skill.
Hello.
Hey, Alexa.
Yes, I'm listening.
Play News Talk STL.
Welcome to News Talk STL, conservative talk radio for St. Louis.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by Connor Roofing. You can count on Connor for all your roofing needs. Visit ConnorRoofing.com. That's CONNER Roofing.com. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
Hi, this is Jamie Lissow from Gutfeld, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic. Can you tell me how to pronounce Vic's name so I'm not Porcelli? Dang it, I would have gotten it right. Hi, this is Jamie from the Gutfeld Show, and you are listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic Porcelli Show on News Porcelli. Vic,
How hard is it?
Listening. Hi, this is Jamie Lissow from Gutfeld, and you're listening to Vic and Ken on the Vic Porcelli Show on News Talk STL.
The Iranian command and control and government is in absolute disarray because of the devastating attacks across its leadership. You're right. You heard the Iranian foreign minister say it's open, and then the IRGC step in and say, no, it's closed. Regardless, it's the blockade, the U.S. Navy, and President Trump who's ultimately deciding what gets in and out. So he has completely turned the tables on Iran's attempt to hold the entire world's economies hostage, on its attempt to punish the world as a result of this dispute over its nuclear program. But to your point, I promise you, I assure you, the United States doesn't trust anything. Any agreement that comes out will have to be verifiable and enforceable. And back to my position here in the United Nations, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, and its nuclear inspectors, I'm confident will be a key part of whatever's resolved.
That is U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, talking about the Iran situation, which is out of date already because 5 hours elapsed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because things move so quickly. So the ceasefire deadline passed. I thought we were going to be celebrating with Larry Barron's the Power Plant Bridge Day, but now we have to hold off on that. Larry Barron's from Power of the Future. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. It's Earth Day and Power Plant Bridge Day, apparently. Oh, my gosh. Well, I guess maybe they don't want them on the same day.
I already went out and ordered all the party hats that say, Bridges and Power Plant Day. Now we got to throw those away. How are you, Larry?
I'm doing well. Great to talk with you, man.
So listen, we haven't talked to you in a long time. And this war that's going on right now and Donald Trump's strategy, I don't want to influence what you're going to say, Larry, so I want to know your thoughts on Donald Trump's strategy on this whole thing.
Well, I think if you had to pin me in the corner, because I agree, the news cycle changes pretty quick. But if I had to pin me in the corner, I would say this is a businessman looking at it from businessman's point of view. You don't ever do anything for just one reason. You're going to do it for, in this case, I think 3 or 4. Yes, we want to get rid of the nuclear program. Yes, we want to stop them from being the biggest sponsor of terrorism. And yeah, we want to go after the guys who have been causing all this. But also, I would say the world is a chessboard, and he's making moves to strengthen our position. Thankfully, his position and our position, so that our adversaries, or those who would come against us in the future, are in a weaker place. And that's what I see this is a big part of, why would he blockade the Strait of Hormuz? Well, because he knows that there's a guy who's got his sights on Taiwan, and it's really hard to take over Taiwan with jets that don't run on solar panels.
Wow. We forget, we talked about that earlier today, the oil going to China is being, decimated.
Yeah, and see, Larry, that's the thing we were talking about. There are so many different facets to this conflict, I would say. And President Trump, I think, is playing the long game as well. Because, see, what's happening is I think the IRGC is hoping that the American people are going to say, and the media are going to say, that's enough, Donald Trump. You got to stop now and coalesce and become a part of what they want to do. And President Trump is saying, no, forget it. I'm going to wait just like they are.
So smart.
Absolutely. And that is the time. I mean, he is approaching the time. If we look at conventional history, and I know President Trump is anything but conventional. If you look at conventional history, the last 2 years of a president's term is when the president kind of starts losing power, right? Everyone's like, okay, he's on his way out soon. He's probably going to have a Congress that's not going to be of his party and things. And so it's just kind of survival mode. And Donald Trump is saying, no, that is more time for me to get done exactly what I need to get done, because he's not worried about the political consequences of it. He doesn't have to worry about the political consequences. He has to worry about what is going to strengthen our nation moving forward. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. And oh, by the way, I mean, look at Cuba, look at Venezuela, look at Iran. These are generational problems. Cuba was a problem before I was born. Iran's been a problem almost my entire life. And President Trump, within 10 months, 5 months, has looked at all these and said, nope, I'm not going to kick this can down the road anymore. I'm going to be the guy that cleans up this mess. This trash pile's been here too long.
You know what, Larry? You just made me really old in one quick sentence right there. You said Cuba's been there since before you were born. Guess what? I was already alive when Castro took over. So don't do that anymore. Now, but listen, serious question. How do you have peace talks with people like Iran, like the IRGC? How do you have peace talks with them when Donald Trump extends, we're going to extend the deadline, we're not going to bomb you, and then they go and take over a couple of tankers? I mean, how can you have peace talks with people like that?
Yeah, let me float a crazy idea at you, and I don't have any intelligence information. I've never worked for any intelligence community, but imagine if you're in the president's shoes and you have taken out you've taken out their top leader, you've taken out their second leadership, you've taken out a whole lot of their generals, and you're kind of wondering, well, who's making the decisions right now in Iran? So you keep that peace talks window open to say, well, let's at least see who they're going to send. And yeah, I think there is a whole lot of turmoil that we don't see going on right now in leadership in Iran. I think they may even be debating, who do we send to these peace talks? If that person makes a deal with Donald Trump, are we going to be happy with that deal? Because the guy that's on, they would send has probably been roughly 2 weeks on the job. And they have never in their whole lives ever had to go into a meeting where they're going to get pushback. They're definitely going to get pushback from the United States. That's how regimes work. They usually don't appreciate pushback. And so I think it is another exposure point for the turmoil that's going on with the leadership. We see that with the Strait of Hormuz. I think some people have speculated, it may be true, that the hardliners are rising to the top there to try to keep control. And maybe that's what's going on with the Strait of Hormuz right now. But I think when Iran says, oh yeah, we're going to be bold and not go to talks, I think it's because they don't know who to send. And if they do, it gives Donald Trump an idea who's in charge, and that person doesn't want to be in charge because they know, like on their LinkedIn profile, no one wants to be the leader because sometimes you have a missile with your name on it.
Right. And, energy is, I don't want to say it's not everything in this whole Iran thing, but it's certainly big. Here's a guy you probably, exchange energy cards with, Energy Secretary Chris Wright, talking about this. Go.
Look, the president's using every way he can to get leverage over the regime to bring this conflict to an end. He's a creative negotiator. He uses pressure in different ways. He uses uncertainty in different ways. And I think, as you've seen over the last 16 months, it generally leads to good results. I don't think we'll see any surprises here. I think we'll have a nice end to this conflict and have the Middle East finally not have a constant terror, a constant risk over the regimes in the area, the economies in the area, and ultimately the flow of goods through the Straits of Hormuz. Imagine a nuclear-armed Iran. Not far away from that reality. This is going to put an end to it.
And Larry, this bolsters the fact that President Trump is negotiating with various different things that he thinks is going to advance the American narrative, what he wants out of this whole conflict. But the left is going to say, "Oh, see, he's a taco. He's indecisive. He's just flailing in the wind."
Yeah, and the left, who have never liked Donald Trump, are going to continue to try to find any type of names to make it stick. The American people know better. But look at the chessboard. 2 years ago, right now, Iran was happily selling discounted oil, sanctioned oil, to China, and they were making $500 million a day through the Strait of Hormuz doing it. What did they use that money for? Well, it's clear we know what they use that money for. They use it to buy missiles, buy drones, and to fund terrorism, and to kill innocent civilians. And as Secretary Wright said, run roughshod over their friends in the Middle East. That has been taken off the board right now. So when Iran says we've shut down the Strait of Hormuz, people don't really realize what a self-own that is. That is Iran cutting off their nose to spite their face. It is going to be a situation where they can only bleed that much money for so long until all these loyal guys who've been shooting the protesters the last couple of months aren't getting paid, and then they're the ones with the guns. And if they're not getting paid, which direction are they going to turn those guns? And so, again, it is all a point of when you look at presidents who have let this problem sit just for the fear of upsetting the status quo, Donald Trump is not going to do that. And it needs to be said, China gets 5 million barrels a day of oil to the Strait of Hormuz. They're not getting that right now, and they can't last very long without that oil. I don't care how many solar panels and windmills they make.
Love it. That's Larry Barron's, energy expert at Town Hall. Now, I don't want to get into this, Larry. I just want to use it as an example on how the left behaves, especially people in Congress and senators and whatever. So the Save America Act, right? Well, black people are too stupid to get an ID. We can't do that because we want the stupid black people to vote. And women have to change their names to vote. Have you noticed, Ken, that we haven't heard anything about either of these anymore?
Yeah.
Because we proved them wrong?
Right.
So the left, they choose lying instead of just shutting the up.
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
Sorry, almost. But you see what I'm saying, Larry?
I absolutely do, and we see it, right? We saw Elizabeth Warren, AOC, were like, look at gas prices, and we know we were here. Like we have a memory longer than 3 years. We saw what you guys did when gas prices were the highest ever. And oh, by the way, national average has fallen again today of gas prices while the Iran situation is still going on. And so we see that they bring up these distractive reasons when really they just want. Listen, the Dem playbook is to delay, destroy, and then when they get in power, undermine everything. I couldn't think of another D word. Dang it. Undermine everything that is going on.
Hey, alliteration's our business. You just stay on your side of the street.
I'm going back to the thesaurus. Hold on one second.
I just want to correct myself. I'm sorry. You wrote the article for Town Hall, but you're, of course, Power of the Future. I knew that, but Ken reminded me how stupid I actually am.
No,
okay.
no.
So here's the point. Another thing we haven't heard about, buying electric cars, getting EVs. I think they have not verbally, but they have kind of backed off on the fossil fuel thing because now they're all bitching about how much gas costs. Well, guess what? We're working on that. Don't give up what you want most for what you want now.
Right.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see. No one knows his name, but they know it now. Chris Murphy, he's a senator from Connecticut.
Ugh.
When someone reported, and I'm sure you guys have talked about it, that some Iranian takers have made it through the blockade, Chris Murphy said, awesome. So keep in mind that's traitorous behavior. He's rooting against American military in a blockade, but he's also the sponsor of the Green New Deal. And here he is rooting for oil to go over.
Brilliant. Oh, my God. Chris Murphy has been a contestant on a little game show we do every Monday called That's Crap, where you have to say something, and all you have to do is tell the truth, and you win a copy of our home game. He has never told the truth. Not to mention, when he's on these Sunday shows, God, could you wear a tie and shave? He looks like the biggest. He looks like a Swalwell.
He does. That can be the name. Hey, Larry, you mentioned EVs. I've always had this theory that EVs are the kind of product where if you've got the money and the resources, that's your third car. You know, you got your first car that you use every day. You got your second car for recreation. And then it's nice. You got this other car. It's really cool, and you can use it when the sun's out and all that good stuff. But if you had that as your primary vehicle, I know people who bought one of those F-150 Lightnings, and he had to sell it dirt cheap because he did not want to. He was having trouble.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it kind of sad that the most iconic vehicle made in the United States, the F-150, that it got, I can't use the word, but it got messed up in this whole EV situation? It's like the Microsoft Zune now of trucks, right? It's like, oh, it existed for 0.5 seconds. And the fact of the matter is Americans don't want to be told what to buy. But you're exactly right. Under certain circumstances, okay, I live in the city, I'm ultra rich, I can afford a really nice house and a parking space, and I don't drive more than 100 miles a day. This may work for me so that I can look cooler than everyone else. I know when I bash EVs on Twitter, all the Tesla people come out and say, it could drive itself, which I think wonderful, great. Just don't force me to buy it. If you want your glorified golf cart, more power to you, but don't force us to subsidize it, and then don't force us to buy it.
If you force us, that's not liberty.
No.
Right?
It's amazing and that's why the left gets so worked up, because if Americans have the freedom to choose, if they let the free market choose, then Americans, lo and behold, don't choose what the left wants them to do, and that's what they get worked up about. And then they go protest on Earth Day.
All right. So fossil fuels the deal. We need lower energy prices. I'm waiting for it because Ken and I, we're on this mission, and we only have about a minute left, Larry. Larry, we only have about a minute left. For Republicans and conservatives to be on the offensive, right? So where's being on the offensive saying, I want an apology from Al Gore, I want an apology from AOC, and I want an apology from Greta Thunberg?
How dare you?
Oh, you just pipe down and go, shave your armpits. But when do we demand apologies?
Well, it's a really good point, and let's just look at it like this. If you have a failed religious cult leader and he predicted that the end of the world was going to be yesterday and it wasn't, have you ever heard one of them apologize?
No.
You're not going to hear anyone from the green cult apologize for being wrong, and that's Democrat privilege, right? You never have to be wrong. You can have PhD after your name, and for the rest of your life, every one of your predictions can be wrong, and they'll still put you on TV.
How dare you?
How dare you, Larry Barron's. Power of the Future, at Power of the Future on X, and read his article on Town Hall, How the Strait of Hormuz Choke Point Cripples Beijing. Love it. Larry, we love having you on. Let's talk again soon, okay?
You guys are the best. Stay cool.
Hey, take care.
You gave us the you guys are the best thing.
That's okay.
Like Tony
Hey,
Kinnett.
I'll take it every time.
Yeah, Tony Kinnett tells every show he's on, you're
and
the
I'll
best.
take that every time.
All right, whatever. So this Virginia redistricting vote, I'm really pissed. I'm really confused. I want answers. And we'll talk to Speaker Jones coming up all about that next.
Whoosh.
Tony
Whoosh.
Colombo here for Gutter Pros and Exteriors, your all-in-one service team that brings years of experience and quality that's affordable right to your doorstep. Christine and I discovered Gutter Pros and Exteriors when we bought our home and inherited a gutter problem. And they've also repaired siding damage on our home because along with gutter repair, gutter installation, and leaf protection, the Gutter Pros team are also the best for repairing other exterior damage, including fascia, soffit, and all siding repair and installation. Learn about all the ways Gutter Pros and Exteriors can help your home or business right now at gutterpros.com. Hey, Tony Colombo here with Tim Jones for our friends Rodney and Jen Wallner, the Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway, the #1 home selling team in the St. Louis area, and I can say that from firsthand experience. My wife and I were blown away from the results that we saw from working with Rodney and Jen, from selling our old home faster and for more money than we thought possible to finding our family's perfect new home. They over-delivered every step of the way, and right now, it's still very much a seller's market. So, Tim, for folks that have been thinking about selling their home, it's a perfect time to call the Wallners.
That's right, Tony. And don't forget, they're licensed in both Missouri and Illinois, so no matter where you are in the metro area, you can put St. Louis's #1 home selling team to work for you. The Wallners' experience and work ethic, second to none. And of course, the numbers speak for themselves. The Wallners sell 15 times more homes per year than the typical realtor. Right now, they're working with so many qualified buyers, they'll guarantee to obtain you an offer. If you've been thinking about selling your home, don't wait. Call the Wallners now at 314-810-SOLD. That's 314-810-SOLD for the Wallner Home Selling Team.
Hey, it's Susie Moore. If new flooring makes you think hassle, think again, because Michael's Flooring is changing the game. For over 30 years, Michael's has been locally owned and trusted for quality, variety, and amazing service. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl, or ceramic tile, their expert team makes installing new floors exciting, not stressful. That's why customers keep coming back. Visit Michael's Flooring at St. Peter's, Starting Prairie, Creve Coeur, or online at igotfloored.com. That's igotfloored.com.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at newstalkstl.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Democrats a step closer to taking the closely divided U.S. House in the fall. Virginians have narrowly approved a new congressional map, one that likely will give the Democrats 4 additional congressional seats.
Democrats Barack Obama and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries were among those pushing for the measure, which gives Democrats 10 congressional districts and Republicans just 1. It passed by a rounded 51 to 49% as Northern Virginia votes for the new map overwhelmed a strong downstate turnout against it. But this is not yet the final word. A redistricting challenge is on the Virginia Supreme Court's emergency docket. Anne-Marie Morgan reporting.
There have been fresh Iranian attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran, firing on 3 ships, has seized 2 of them. The attacks coming a day after President Trump extended indefinitely the Iran war ceasefire. Same time, he refused to lift the blockade of Iranian ports, and that is something that's being demanded by Tehran. The President took part in a marathon Bible reading event the other day, joining many others reading a passage of Scripture during an event. It was live streamed from the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
A familiar passage from 2 Chronicles, which has long been a major theme at annual National Day of Prayer events. Federal appeals court says Texas can require the 10 Commandments to be posted in public school classrooms. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton calling it a major victory for Texas. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 380 points, gain of almost 1%. The Nasdaq ahead 269, and the S&P is up 56 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
You're not just overweight, you're in survival mode. No pill or crash diet's going to fix that. They don't address why your body is storing fat. At PhD Weight Loss, they treat unwanted weight as a symptom, a signal that your metabolism, hormones, and stress response need attention. Fix that, and the weight comes off naturally. Call PhD Weight Loss, mention Mike G, you'll get 2 weeks free, and they'll pay for your food. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, mention Mike G, or go to myphdweightloss.com.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while paying for overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to health insurance with a biblical solution. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Rodney and Jen Wallner and the entire Wallner home selling team at Berkshire Hathaway. Call them today at 314-810-SOLD. 314-810-SOLD. From the Michaels Flooring Outlet Weather Center.
Good morning. I'm First Alert 4 meteorologist Chance Gotch, and we're going to continue to track a warm afternoon. How about 81 degrees as the day continues on, starting towards the lower 60s. Mostly sunny skies, then into Thursday, partly sunny, a high of 84. A little bit breezier with wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour. As we head late Thursday night into Friday morning, some scattered showers and storms, then the possibility of a few isolated stronger storms as we head towards Friday evening. That'll look to clear by Saturday, high of 76 degrees. From the First Alert 4 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chance Gotch.
Vic Porcelli.
Come on, you're Italian. You understand.
Every day is a busy day all of a sudden.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Tough
and smart, and I love Italian, so, he's definitely Italian.
At least I have this show to come and talk about it and let some stuff up.
What kind of a show are you guys putting on here today?
The Vic Porcelli Show.
Next, 10:25. Behind the curtains. Opening up. Or 11:25. Or 11:25. See, we like to be, what's the word?
Transparent.
Yes. Here on the show.
Prepared.
We were prepared till you walked in. Just saying. It's my boss. I shouldn't have said that anyway. So this vote yesterday, it actually, I got flashbacks to 2010 when I was working in Bloomington in a conservative station up there, and Bill Brady, I think his name was running for governor against Pat Quinn. Brady was the Republican, Quinn was the Democrat. And I was a one-man station there. I was the only local person there. And I was doing election results from Bill Brady's headquarters in Bloomington at the Doubletree. Whew, man, all this stuff
there you go.
Coming out of my ass. And all night, Brady was winning all night, Ken. And then, oopsie, here come the Cook County numbers.
I remember that.
Same thing yesterday. All day. Well, I was after the polls closed. All night, all evening, it was that the yes vote was going to make it. And then all of a sudden, the Fairfax County numbers come in, and it loses, and it just makes no sense. You know who I thought would help us on this, Ken? I think Speaker Jones.
Timmy. Former Speaker of the House.
You just proved why you left-wing loons are so insane.
Timmy. Y'all ready for this? Tim Jones.
Well, after Victor Beth, we can do it. Yeah, 11's fine. Tell me at 11. Hey, we're talking about a U.S. representative, right?
Yeah.
You got to interrupt some stuff. Good morning and a double whoosh Wednesday, my handsome ultra MAGA Speaker of the House.
And a double whoosh Wednesday to my ultra deplorable Garbagian MAGA brothers.
Can you give the Speaker a whoosh whoosh, please?
I absolutely can. I look forward to it, actually.
Whoosh.
Always.
Whoosh.
There you go, Mr. Speaker. All right,
It's kind of a dry hump day with the potential to become wetter.
Well, we also have a new forecast, an updated forecast.
Oh yeah, Tim, you got to check this out.
There's this new forecaster at KMOV we never heard of.
Oh.
Here's his forecast for today.
There is a storm in our nation. There is darkness and wind.
Cory Booker works at KMOV now. That's great.
Poor guy. Nobody pays attention to him.
That's why he talks so loud, because nobody pays attention
You know
to
what?
him. Nobody listens.
He tries really hard. I don't even know that his own party pays attention to him.
What were you gonna
Poor
say?
guy.
No, I'm just going to say, Tim, do you remember the guy who said, "Hoorah!"
What was
who
his
was
Yeah,
it
that
ruined
was
his
the dude.
career.
Yeah, he won the Iowa primary,
Oh,
and
my
we're gonna go all the way to the moon. Rah!
So Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Maryland. Wah!
So that ruined his career. Okay, at that point, this guy, these people think now, today, where we're at, you do that to enhance your career.
Yeah, I just the Democrats, despite themselves, they keep having, unfortunately, victories at ballot boxes like they did yesterday in Virginia. And again, though, I question the electoral integrity of some of these very deep purple, honestly blue states now. But yet, isn't it amazing? They can have these these mob victories, right? Because look, this is the mob, right? This is ginning people up, getting them all exasperated, trying to feed on their Trump derangement syndrome, so you can eke out a 51-49 victory. But let's be honest. This is mob rule. This is why we don't have direct democracy for the most part in our country. But every so often we have a situation like this. But on the other hand, what doesn't make sense is you look at, the very always excitable Harry Enton, CNN's polling. So let's look at CNN's polling themselves, right? Let's not look at Fox or Newsmax or any of the other center-right outlets, but look at CNN's own polling. Democrats are at all-time unpopularity lows in the country. So it's like their ideas suck, but the emotions that they feed upon can get people just animated enough to do something really stupid, like turn a 51-49 state like the Commonwealth of Virginia into one-party rule, and that's the other thing I don't understand. The voters are already having massive voter remorse about Abigail Scamberger, right? Like her popularity, she was just elected in November. She took office in January, and her popularity has plummeted amongst all Virginia voters, Democrats, independents, and Republicans, because she's now taxing everything that moves. She's spending as much money as possible, and she's defunding the police and welcoming in illegal immigrants, something that the voters of the country voted against. So there's this bizarre, I think, guys, there's a general anxiety in the country. And I think people are really trying to figure out which way we're going to go. And we are having a battle, not only in America for the future of the future of the United States of America's future, but I think a battle for Western civilization.
I agree.
Because we are at a crossroads over this next generation where America is either going to go down the road of the already failed Euro-socialist model that we've seen play out over the last 70, 80 years across most of continental Europe, or we are going to, here at the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation, going to rediscover what it means to be an American patriot.
Okay. So, as always, I take notes when the speaker speaks.
Sorry.
No, that's good. It's a good thing. Okay. You're so smart. I want to write everything down. So I guess I'll start with this. The ballot said, should the Constitution of Virginia be amended to allow the General Assembly to temporarily adopt new congressional districts to restore fairness in upcoming elections while ensuring Virginia's standard redistricting process resumes for all future redistricting after the 2030 census. So fairness, that's Ed's toy, right?
Yeah.
They want, it's only fair to them when they win. When they lose, it's not fair.
Right.
That's one. I got another thing, but go ahead.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, no. Really? The whole thing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a lot going on up here in Jeff City. I got a little distracted. I'm sorry. We're like passing tax cut bills and stuff. Sorry. A lot going on.
Well, I made the point, so let's just move on.
Yeah. It was an excellent point. It was an excellent point. I heard enough of it.
Ken, was that an excellent point?
It was really good,
Thank
actually.
you so much.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about people like Spamberger, right, and Democrats in general. It's a dichotomy. They either don't know what they're doing, right, to put up a 9-1 map in a state that's really 50-50,
yes,
or that's the dichotomy of that, or they know they'll win because they got the cheat in. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And neither are okay.
I think, neither are okay. And guys, look, as usual, the media wants you to think one thing when the opposite is true. The Ed Stoic principle is in full force and effect on this, right?
It sure is.
Because for decades, not just for the last few months or years, for decades, the Democrats have been actually gerrymandering the entire country wherever they could, right? That's why in states like Maryland, okay, for instance, another state, everybody thinks that Maryland is this deep blue state because it's on the East Coast and it's largely run by Democrats, et cetera, and so forth. Guys, look at the last presidential election. It's not that way at all. It was not 90-10 for Kamala Harris in Maryland. It was much closer to that, whatever, maybe 60-40, 55-45 split. But yet, Maryland decades ago gerrymandered, and they have one Republican congressman left, and they're trying to get rid of him too. He's the leader of the U.S. House Freedom Caucus, Congressman Andy Harris. Great guy, great American. And so they've done this, but when they do it, the media doesn't report on it, right? Like anytime the Democrats do something completely irrational, illogical, unfair, the media never reports on it. It is the journalistic sin of omission, right? It's not just misinformation or disinformation anymore. It's omission of information.
Yeah.
They don't want people to know. They want to memory hole it, right? You guys talk about that all the time.
Ken does.
And so Ken does. Democrats have been gerrymandering everything they could for decades, and no one ever said anything. The minute Republicans woke up, smelled the coffee, and got with the program because Donald Trump said, what have you all been doing in these red states the last several decades while the Democrats have been completely gerrymandering you out of every single blue and purple state that they could? Oh, yeah, maybe we should Because maybe we should do something about that. Congressional redistricting is political. There's nothing public policy about it. To the winner goes the spoils. And what Republicans did, the mistake Republicans made was we never took that to heart. We just sat there. We just sat there and watched the Democrats while they truly gerrymandered everything that they had control over. And we said, well, we're going to let them lie, cheat, and steal every congressional district they can. But we're going to be altruistic and we're going to play fair. There is no fair in politics, love, or war, right? And so then when the Republicans do congressional redistricting, oh my God, it's gerrymandering, and we have to stop it everywhere it's happening. And all the Democrats are doing, fellas, now they're just fighting back. No, the Democrats were already way ahead of the Republicans. And then it's like in hockey or in any other sport, right, where the Republicans retaliate, they get called for the penalty, they get put in the penalty box, and then it's okay for Democrats to continue to gerrymander more. And so I think at this point, we've probably gerrymandered and wrung out every possible politically partisan district we can in the country. And the only thing that's going to save us is a Supreme Court ruling, which will hopefully be handed down any day on the Voting Rights Act. And if we can hang on and save and protect the republic until the next census in 2030, if the right people are counting the right people next time, Republicans are scheduled to pick up 12 to 15 seats because that's where people have moved in the nation. Until then, though, you may be subjected to Speaker Hakeem Jeffries because we have failed politically once again to fight fire with fire, and we have not been on the offensive like you guys advocate for that we should be every single day.
But Tim,
because I listen to the show,
and also you absolutely do, and we appreciate that, Tim. But the biggest problem I think I have is that the Republicans, they're doing the same thing that they would do with, say, for the Save America Act. They're doing the same thing that they would do when they say, we're not going to eliminate the filibuster because that wouldn't be the gentlemanly thing to do. But then as soon as the Democrats get in power, if they do again, Tim, I promise you they're going to eliminate that filibuster immediately and start getting rid of executive order after executive order from Donald Trump.
Have we not learned by now that every time a Democrat is speaking, they're lying? We just learned yesterday that one of their biggest front groups, the Southern Poverty Law Center, the anti-racist group, is actually the group that has been stoking and creating the racism, right? You guys can't make this up. The left has become, the American left has become the most Orwellian entity since George Orwell wrote the book, 1984, right? Everything they do is fake. It's phony. It's manufactured. And it's been proven. Now it's been proven. The Russian collusion hoax, fake, phony, manufactured. The Ukrainian quid pro quo hoax, fake, phony, manufactured, right? Pretty much everything with COVID, as far as not the disease itself, but the reaction to it and what it was supposed to do to us and what we were supposed to do in response to it. Fake, phony, manufactured, pretty much destroyed the American economy, provided the ability for Joe Biden and crazy Kamala Harris to flood trillions of dollars into our system and basically, shock it almost to the point of death. But for Donald Trump coming back in and resurrecting it. Oh my gosh, I made a messianic allegory there. And now with the racism, guys. So we were in a post-racial world. We truly were, right?
Yeah.
Until Barack Obama, right? And Joe Biden and the Summer of Love and the defund the police movement. But now we're learning that was likely all created and concocted because the left was on the ropes. They were losing. People were realizing they had nothing to offer. And so they created an entire system of what do they call it? Systemic institutional racism.
Yeah.
Well, they created it so then they could argue that they needed to fight it. And so you should question everything they say because it's likely completely fake, phony, and manufactured.
All right. I'm a big fan of Occam's razor. The most logical answer is probably the right answer. So if you take a state like Virginia, that was pretty much down the middle in 2024, right? I mean, Kamala went up by a couple of maybe 5 points. And then this comes out that a referendum says no, it should be 9-1 Democrats. Occam's razor says that's not true.
It's not. And see, this is the thing. They create fairy tales and fables out of a reality that does not exist. And the reason they're able to do it is because despite the fact that we have News Talk STL and that we own conservative talk radio, that we own talk radio pretty much across the country, the left still has a massive behemoth of media sources, right? They have big tech. They have big corporate news. They have most of the newspapers still that are now mainly online. But so when kids or younger folks or even some older folks who are not listening to News Talk STL or other similarly situated outlets every day, and they're just getting snippets of news, right? They're picking up their phone, they're looking at their stupid commie Chinese TikTok, or they're looking at a quick reel or two, or maybe one post on social media, or they're doom scrolling or whatever. They're not getting actual informed news. They're getting fed a narrative, and that's what most of the media is. Most of the media is no longer in the news business. They're in the narrative business, and for the casual observer of the news, who's not trying to really know and learn the news and the differences between the news outlets, most Americans who are busy running families, jobs, businesses, caring for parents, caring for kids, they're getting fed nothing but propaganda. And so we really, really, like never before, do we need an educated citizenry, don't we?
Yes, we
do. An educated electorate. But the left wants everybody to be fat, dumb, stupid, lazy, and ignorant.
It's me.
No, I'm not describing you.
I know. It sounds like me, doesn't it? All right, Tim, we got to run. So listen, when you say Crazy Kamala, I write crazy with a K, like Crazy Cat. Remember the cartoon?
Yeah, I do
Crazy?
too.
Yeah.
And Ignatz, the mouse?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Jeffco Patriot Radio, love it. Jones and Arps, love it. And we'll be listening.
State Freedom Caucus Unfiltered.
State Freedom Caucus Unfiltered. You're like, you own the joint here. What's going on?
And a huge success yesterday, fellas, something I've been working on for over a decade here in Jefferson City. Couldn't be more thrilled. The passage of the House Joint Resolution to put before the voters of Missouri a proposal that we finally eliminate our income tax. And I know we're going to talk about that for many months ahead, but it was a big day. But now the campaign work begins. And I thank you all for giving me this mighty megaphone to tell our listeners about things like that every single week. And we march onward with 3 weeks left in the Missouri legislative session.
And Vic, we have, Mr. Senator multi-show Nick, but we've got Timmy 10 shows now.
Timmy 10 shows. I love that. And finally, it was Howard Dean who said, Pennsylvania, North Carolina,
Yes.
Tim, thanks, man.
Hey, you guys are the best, and don't let Jeff Allen tell you differently.
There's another one. I think people say that to all the shows you're on. All right, that's Tim Jones here this afternoon with Chris.
See you, Tim.
See you
Chris
guys.
Arps. This afternoon at 4 o'clock. All right.
Hey, we didn't give him here's your double whoosh, Tim.
Whoosh, whoosh.
There you go.
Double whoosh
I feel better
Wednesday, my brother. All right, so do we let the cat out of the bag here on what's happening at 11 o'clock?
Yeah, let's do.
So at 11:05, we will do Vic for Vets, as we always do. And we'll run through it pretty quickly. And then, ladies and gentlemen, U.S. Representative Eric Burleson, who has a little wise ass working for him named Nate Lucas. But there's lots to talk to him about.
Yeah, the 11 scientists and all that good stuff.
And the Save America Act.
Yes.
Right, all that stuff. All coming up on 101.9 94.1 News Talk STL. Welcome home.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
What if your child's education went beyond test scores, fostering a life of cheerful virtue and the pursuit of excellence as a gift returned to God? At the St. Austin School, Catholic and classical education come together. No tablets or laptops in the classroom. A 12-to-1 student-teacher ratio. Our students successfully compete and lead at their choice of top high schools in St. Louis. Learn more at staustinschool.org. That's staustinschool.org.
Simply Health with Dr. Brian Deloney.
Belly fat isn't just fat. It's inflammatory, hormonal, and dangerous. But the solution isn't a fad diet. It's understanding how these three things work together. We talk about those three things and connect the dots this week.
Simply Health with Dr. Brian Deloney. Saturdays at noon on News Talk STL. To find out more about Simply Health Integrated Medical, log on to simplyhealthintegrated.com.
Hey, Columbo here for Intervine, a great local company that has customers all across the country due to the quality of their products. Intervine has the best flashlights, lanterns, headlamps, and even batteries, including the new Monster 2000 Lumen waterproof lantern and the Sentinel 2000 self-defense flashlight. Our home and vehicles are full of great Intervine products, and right now you can shop their website and get 25% off your entire purchase just by using my name, Tony, as your promo code. That's promo code TONY at intervine.com.
News Talk STL. News Talk STL. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. Vic and Ken.
Oh, what's wrong with you? It's either this show or indigestion. I hope it's indigestion. Why? It'll get better in a little while.
The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
All right, Ken, there's a phrase that I hadn't heard of ever until today. And, well, last night when you sent me all this stuff. Big meat. Have you ever?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've heard the phrase big meat, but it was always something different than this and usually a little dirtier than this.
Yes.
Yes. So big meat is like now big pharma and big advertising and everything, right?
And I think, I think that as soon as this thing gets resolved in the Middle East, I think President Trump's going to start attacking that with a conviction.
So what's going on? Antitrust laws, right? They're breaking antitrust laws?
Yeah.
I think so. And I don't know what big meat means or who big meat directly refers to, because I got to tell you, when I see these commercials for Big Bend Ranch steaks, have you seen those commercials?
Oh, yeah.
Where they show you the cow and how big it is, and then they cut it. I like sweat when that guy's cutting that meat perfectly medium rare. And I look at my wife, and she's like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. It's expensive. It's expensive.
All right, we'll do it.
All right, shut up. We'll do it. So, antitrust laws. This is not a fair question, so just say, I don't know, Vic, who? How's that? All right?
Okay.
Can you tell me a major organization that does not have to adhere to antitrust laws?
The major MLB?
Yes! How did you know that?
I just figured it.
Huh. Major League Baseball, and this is something that's been going on for 100 years.
Yeah.
100 years. No, they don't. The antitrust, we're baseball.
You're right.
We don't have to worry about that crap. So I want to see what happens with this because, Ken, where does the fake meat, the lab meat, the Bob, what's his name, the computer
Bill Gates.
guy? Bill Gates, where does he fit into this? Does he?
No,
Good.
not this at all. But and that was, I think that was actually thrown out, for lack of a better word. I want to say the American people said no to that manufactured meat thing.
Good. So now big meat, that includes what? Do you know? What companies? What is it?
Not really. It's I don't know for sure, Vic, but I know it's just big corporations that they're dominating and controlling prices and things like that.
So then why not go to Freddy's Market, right?
Right.
That's opposite of big meat.
Yes.
They're small, locally owned community meat, right?
I think you're going to see a lot more of that. I really do. The more this happens.
Because we went to Freddy's on Saturday, and Ken, the chopped meat, it was cheaper than at supermarket.
Yeah.
And Jesse and I got...
And better.
Yeah, and better. We got the biggest, fattest, boneless ribeye that we only got one to split. We knew I couldn't eat one. She couldn't eat one. So we got it to split, and we still couldn't finish just the one.
Well, here's the thing, Vic. You and I do this all the time. We are big advocates of our people who work with us, who support the show.
Absolutely.
But we do it for a reason. We check. We go in and we look at the people who even advertise with us. We go and say, okay, let's see what you got here. And I went into Freddy's Market and I saw nothing but, wait a minute, this can't be right. This is better, but it's cheaper. Right. And the Wagyu, I told you we got 2 Wagyu steaks, sirloin steaks.
Yeah.
They were amazing, but they weren't as pricey as I thought they would be. And that's at Freddy's Market. And we're not doing an ad right now, but it's just the fact.
When I walked into Freddy's, I got first thing I do, oh my God, this smells like Newark, New Jersey,
Yeah.
An old Italian deli from Newark. Because you walk into those delis, man, you smell the meat, you smell the cheeses. It's that deli smell that you should have. So anyway, right, this is not an ad for Freddy's, but boy, was everything good. All right, Ken, I need your help on this one because I know it's one of your pet peeves, and it's one of the things that keeps you up at night, and that's Act Blue.
Yeah.
And 3 House committees have a lax approach to fraud at Act Blue. Why would that happen? Lax approach. Why don't we just go after them?
Well, see, that's the problem. I think that's what they're addressing right now. This administration's addressing the lax approach of doing checks and balances on Act Blue, because let's go back to 2020, the Summer of Love. Tim Jones mentioned the Summer of Love. During that time, record donations were given to Black Lives Matter, more so than in any time in history. In fact, arguably the biggest donations given to any organization in history. Guess where that money went? If you scrolled, and I did this on purpose, during that time when you and I were doing the show, I scrolled down and it said, the rules and regulations that they have on a website. You have to read,
terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions. That's it. And then you got to check the box.
Right.
So I went down, and if you scroll down far enough, it says, well, here's where the money goes. And every dime that you donated to, and I went on the Black Lives Matter website, it goes directly to Act Blue. Act Blue donates directly to, guess who? The Democrat Party.
Yeah. This sounds a little antitrust to me, too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, but it's
just shady. It's very shady.
The House Judiciary Administration and Oversight Committees declared they have found evidence of a lax approach to fraud prevention and a mass exit of legal compliance staffers from Act Blue. And this Act Blue, I mean, I don't think they match up with George Soros dollar for dollar, but you add the two together, it's a bunch of money going to Democrats and for a lot of shady stuff, Ken.
Well, back then, they had a breakdown of where all their Act Blue money went, and the Biden campaign received over $1 billion from that. Over $1 billion, their fund. And a lot of that money was from Black Lives Matter donations. I don't know how many people, who donated to the Black Lives Matter organization said, yeah, I'm donating to Black Lives Matter because I want to donate to the Democrats. I don't think that's the case in all the cases.
So, do we have anything like that on our side, on the good guy side?
Well, we have red, what's it called? I'll have to look it up, but it's red something, and it's a website for Republican donations. But going to that site, the whole point is, going there, you're going to donate to the Republican Party.
Right.
But when you go to Black Lives Matter, you think, well, I'm going to donate to the cause, to Black Lives Matter, whatever that might be, which is BLM to me.
So let me ask
crap,
you,
but
I don't want to interrupt you, but how many, because we talked earlier about people that just don't consume news. There are people that just don't consume news. Who probably still think, Black Lives Matter, what a nice organization.
I still see signs in yards in Kirkwood when I drive through every day.
And Kirkwood and Webster are like lib central, right?
Yeah, but I just don't believe that they know the essence of what Black Lives Matter was.
I think they do, and they don't care, and they're putting it up anyway in Webster and Kirkwood.
Okay.
Not everybody.
All right.
But I think
that's fair.
I think those people do consume news, and they think they're sticking it to us.
Okay.
With their, hate doesn't live here. We hate.
But you know what's funny about that? Now think about what you just said. So they're going to donate to an organization where the leaders of the BLM, okay, stole the money for mansions for themselves. So you're going to say, I'm going to stick it to the man. I'm going to give the money away to somebody who's buying a mansion to steal the money.
That's a brilliant point, because these are people who do consume news, I believe, really, or they wouldn't have those Black Lives Matter signs outside their house. So they know that the money is going to BLM to buy houses and limos and all this stuff, and they still do it anyway. They still keep their signs up and donate to BLM. Sorry, Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And
so then the people who don't consume news have no idea. And they hear Black Lives Matter. Well, yeah, Black Lives Matter, just like our lives matter. All lives matter. Oh, no, you're not allowed to say all lives matter.
Well, that's another whole other issue. But yeah, and I agree. You know, Black lives did matter. And of course they do. Everybody's life matters.
Of course.
And that's the problem we had back then. It was like we'd look at it and go, yeah, every life matters. And they say, oh, you can't say that.
And we fell for it.
Yeah.
We fell for it. As a country, as a party, as people who are just conservative, good people, we all fell for it. So good for us, I guess. All right, really quickly, we only have about a minute or so on this one, Ken, but President Trump announces a 50-state audit of Medicaid oversight. Medicaid, Medicare, I'll bring it up again, even though I'm the only person in America who's saying it. SSDI, Social Security, disability insurance. Disability insurance. And when I say SSDI and then I say Social Security, people immediately say, oh, Donald Trump's stealing your Social Security. This has nothing to do with money you've put in from your paycheck every week since you've been working, and you deserve it back. That's different. Yeah. SSDI means, oh, my wrist, oh, my anxiety, I can't work, and you get money for that.
Right.
That's crap.
That needs to be audited, of course. But at the same time, okay, I love it. I love the idea. And I think President Trump's in the right place saying this. But what's going to happen? Are people going to be arrested, indicted? Are people going to be stopped? Or is our money going to stop hemorrhaging in those particular states with Medicaid? I really want to know that, because that's my big concern as a taxpayer. Everybody listening right now who's paying taxes, who's truly paying taxes, is saying, well, yeah, that's great. I don't want my money taken away from me, but what are they going to do? I mean, and I love, Vic, I love the idea of President Trump even looking that way, because the past administrations haven't, including the Republican administrations.
So when they audit Medicaid, that's 50 states of audits they have to do, because Medicaid is a state thing.
Yes.
Medicare is the federal thing. And then they start finding out that, yeah, there's fraud here. Oh, my goodness, there's fraud here and there. And then when they start doing something about it, you're going to see every Democrat on a Sunday show say, President Trump is taking Medicaid away from people.
Yes, exactly right. And this is why we've got to push through that, Vic. This is where we have to be on the offensive and push through. This is the moment.
Makes me sick.
This is the moment where we say, no, you're not saying it truthfully. You're not being truthful with the American people. Here's what's really happening. And if the media backs them, there's nothing you can do about it but keep pushing it.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have to say. You got anything else?
Nope.
You good? You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Want to make sure you're good. You're good, I'm good. We've got a Vic for Vets extravaganza coming up. We have our regular Vic for Vets segment at 11:05. And coming up next, Wayne Kaufman and Sheila Schneider.
Yeah.
We did Wayne in a Vic for Vets previously.
Right.
So we're going to talk to him, too. That's next on 101.9 94.1 News Talk STL, number one for live and local conservative talk.
You could have a steam train.
Stream the Vic Porcelli Show at News Talk STL. The Vic Porcelli Show.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. If you have a phone, you have a radio.
Yes, I listen on my phone.
Download the all-new News Talk STL app.
Love the all-new News Talk STL app.
It is awesome.
And listen anytime.
Love the News Talk STL app.
Anywhere.
Hi, it's Chris Arps, and I've been a customer of Royal Banks, Missouri for many years. They're a full-service, locally owned and operated community bank with 17 locations throughout the St. Louis area including locations in Hannibal, Jerseyville, Granite City, as well as 2 locations in St. Charles. Plus, given today's headlines in the overall banking industry, it is reassuring to know Royal Banks of Missouri has the highest financial ratings in St. Louis for stability and strength. Royal Banks of Missouri is reinvesting in its hometown University City. They've now opened the doors to their new location at 8550 Olive Boulevard at the corner of Olive and McKnight. Stop by to see their refreshed look with the same exceptional Royal Bank service you know and trust. Learn more about the move in University City by visiting royalbanksofmo.com today. That's Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank for your community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Columbo here for Rockwood Charcoal. Rockwood is made from 100% pure Missouri oak and hickory, so you're cooking with the best and supporting local industry and a local business all at once. There's over 100 area Rockwood retailers. Find yours at rockwoodcharcoal.com.
The Laborers International Union of North America, Local 110, was formed in 1933 and from the beginning has strived for progress and the well-being of others. The laborers of Local 110 are hardworking men and women who take pride in their great work. They are the fastest growing union of construction workers and one of the most effective unions representing plants and quarries. Laborers Local 110 has the best medical benefits, pension, education, and heavy construction training in the market. Visit lu110.com and start your future today.
Fox News commentary with Tommy Lahren. Next.
You didn't want to buy gold when prices were rising. Then you waited when gold pulled back. Now you're stuck in the middle, unsure what to do next. Speak with a precious metal specialist now at noblegoldinvestments.com. Get the answers you need to stop guessing and move forward with confidence. Their team makes it simple to gain real investor knowledge and insight. Stop trying to time the market. Start spending time in it. Don't let the market move without you. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com.
Here's Tommy Lahren on Democrat Tom Steyer looking to gain ground in California's governor race.
He knows that he's had a lackluster campaign, but now he thinks if he says the magic words to the base in California, abolish ICE, that suddenly he will seem like a more flashy candidate. But this is coming from someone who's a billionaire. I thought that liberals and Democrats saw billionaires as a threat to democracy. Apparently not, if you also want to abolish ICE and have a radical climate change agenda. But the things that he's saying about abolish ICE, bring back those that have been deported, free legal for illegal aliens. That's coming from somebody who doesn't have to live in a community with public safety risks, who doesn't have to compete with illegal aliens for housing, for job, for education. This is coming from somebody who's so far removed from the plight of everyday Californians that he can say these things.
For more commentary like this, go to foxnewspodcast.com.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019.
You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show on 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Yo, Vic, how you doing?
How you doing, British lady? All right, welcome back to 1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. We have Vic Vets coming up at 11:05. A former honoree of Vic Vets is with us. Wayne Kaufman and Sheila Schneider are here with us. Thanks for coming, Wayne. Thank you for serving.
Our pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Sheila, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
We appreciate you giving us the time. Can you, it's going to be hard. You do so much stuff. I was going to ask you to kind of capsulize all the things you do. But let's do it this way. Food for Vets. Oh, my God.
For the Kaufman Fund.
What a great idea. Food for Vets. Tell us about that.
So our Food for Vets program started during COVID because there were so many individuals struggling with getting food, and food pantries weren't able to keep up with some of the demand. So with our Food for Vets, we're actually giving out produce and proteins along with the non-perishables so that we can make that stretch a little bit farther for those veterans in need. We do it every other month, And we, our Thanksgiving one, we include extra items for Thanksgiving.
Now, proteins and produce, explain why that's important that you do
Well,
that.
most food pantries don't have the storage facilities to hold on to proteins or produce. You know, they have a very short shelf life. So for us to be able to do that allows to stretch. We always make sure that we're giving out like bags of potatoes, because you can make bagged potatoes go a lot of different
You
ways.
bet. You bet.
And so we're just trying to make sure that we're helping these veterans stretch. And then at the same time, we're giving them the resources of other places where they can get some help.
Artist First for Veterans. Now, this could expose a talent maybe that a veteran might not know they have, right, Wayne?
Yes, but go ahead, Sheila. Sheila's up really good on these programs.
So with Artists First, we sponsor their veteran-only night, and it's expressive art, and they are happy to tell you that you do not have to be an artist to be there. They have lots of different mediums that folks can do, such as painting and ceramics, and I went in there one day and somebody was just coloring, and they were like, totally fine, come on in.
I love that.
And it's the idea of being able to express themselves in a way that can be productive, and also the sense of community that they have on that Monday night.
And I think that just the social, right? The social interaction.
Correct.
Helps.
Correct.
Wayne, we'll get to you, I promise.
Oh, hey, I know when to jive in and when not to, okay?
Kaufman Fund Dental Referral Program.
This is our largest program. This is about a fifth of our budget. So
You guys have
most
thought of
people, well, you know, when you work with Wayne Kaufman, you have to be
see?
2 steps ahead.
Wayne, tell us about that. The Kaufman Fund Veterans Legal Referral Program.
We are very fortunate to have over 150 volunteer attorneys to help out veterans with their legal needs.
So these lawyers work pro bono for the veterans.
Our ask is for them to help one veteran a year pro bono.
I think that's fair.
It sounds great. And 150 attorneys is wonderful. We had 1,600 phone calls last year.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Chiropractic Referral Program. I'm sure plenty of veterans have bad backs. Ken Williams has a bad back, don't you, Ken?
Oh, yeah.
I do too.
It's more than backs, knees, hips.
Everything.
All of
Everything.
it. Carrying
yeah.
a rucksack.
VetNet Connect. What's that?
This is an amazing thing that we're doing. Once a month, we invite anyone who has any type of programs for veterans, anyone looking to hire veterans, veterans looking to connect with services, into one room so that we can start making referrals to other programs, because no one program can do it all. And so this way, we're actually building the community here in St. Louis to be stronger for veterans to be able to get to the resources that they need. It's amazing. We have 50 to 60 people a month in that meeting.
That's fantastic. Mental Health Collaborative. I mean,
well, and our mental health program extends beyond the veteran, because I'm a military spouse. We were stationed and lived on Whiteman Air Force Base on 9/11.
oh my God.
Yeah. My husband was security forces for 20 years. So we're helping the family, because first of all, how do you explain PTSD to a 7-year-old, right?
Yeah.
But then for myself, I mean, there's not enough time to go into all the things that he made me have to go through.
There's
but,
not enough time to go through all the things you do for
well,
veterans.
that's true.
I got news for you,
But
'cause
with
you do so much.
our mental health program, by helping the family and the veteran, it's taken that holistic approach.
The Kaufman Fund, how do we find it?
And you can go on our website, which is the Kaufman with one F, so KAUFMAN, fund, FUND.org. And we are the Kaufman Fund. We get confused with this $1 billion organization over in Kansas City that's not helping veterans. But he has his reasonings for why he named it the Kaufman Fund in 1990. But we're just amazing. The things you also didn't go through, and we also do Christmas trees. That's the original program. We just finished up with taxes for vets, which we're a certified IRS FIDA site. And then also, because of the VetNet Connect, we have 50 to 100 phone calls a week from veterans who don't know where to start finding services. And so they call us.
And I think that's the big thing right there, is because a lot of veterans, they're lost, like you alluded to, mentally and their resources. So they don't know where to start, and then they can just get a hold of you through the kaufmanfund.org. And we left on our stream up there, Wayne and Sheila, the phone number as well that people can get.
Yes.
What is that number?
314-455-9415.
And you can start there. Just
Yes.
start
Right.
there.
Yes. Well, there's two things I know about veterans. One, slow to ask for help.
Yes.
Two, we'll always assume that somebody else needs it more than they do.
Oh.
But our goal is, listen, we're here to help everybody. Every veteran, if you've signed that dotted line, we're going to help you. And that's all because of this man standing next to me.
You know, Wayne, people who've served, obviously selfless, or they wouldn't have served, right? Did I thank you for serving since you've been here in this room?
Thank you.
For serving me. But, you know, we forget everything we mentioned, the things you mentioned, the things we have to worry about as non-veterans, teeth and backs and taxes and all that stuff. But nobody thinks about, hey, who's going to do this for the veterans?
Correct.
Well, most of these veterans have no income or they're on disability. Dental care, they have no insurance. So every program that we have started by a phone call from a veteran asking for help. And the very first one was, Sheila mentioned, Trees for Vets. We had a divorced father with a young child, had no money for Christmas, couldn't buy toys. So we took care of the child and the father with toys, and that's when we started Trees for Vets, and they got a free Christmas tree. Every December, last December, we gave out 350 free Christmas trees.
That's fantastic. My God.
And I've got to mention that some of our big sponsors like Mobile on the Run, the Wallace companies, they are a great contributor to us. Hollywood Casino is amazing. And
PNB Bank.
PNB Bank, People's National Bank, sponsors our golf tournament and many other things that we do.
Our Food for Vets.
Right.
Yes.
So we can't do, our number one goal is just to get the Kauffman Fund name out, because the more people that know about the Kauffman Fund, the more veterans we can help.
Well,
fantastic.
I wanted to thank Mark and Robert from the Memorial.
Oh, yeah, Soldiers Memorial.
Soldiers Memorial downtown, because they turned us on to you, because we were talking with them saying, we just want to highlight veterans. And
Sure.
The first name that came up was Wayne, because of all the different things that you're doing. So I know you don't want to talk about it, but thank you so much for all the work that you're doing for these veterans. It's amazing, and we've even had people call say, "Yes, I've been a part of that," and it is amazing.
We just got an email from one of our supporters that was in a doctor's office the other day with his wife in the waiting room, and a female, which ended up being a veteran, came up to him and said, "I see the logo on your vest. How are you involved?" And he said, "I'm just a supporter. I play in their golf tournament, etc." And she said, "I just want you to know, 5 years ago, they saved my life."
Wow.
See?
God,
We
that's
have
awesome.
several stories like that.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is about people who've served who don't want to ask for help, like you said. Why is that? Is it just humility? I mean, what is it?
We always feel that there's another veteran out there that needs it more than I do. And we run into this a lot, where veterans do not want to come and get food or come and get help. And we try and explain to them that if you served, it doesn't matter what you did. A lot of veterans have a lot of guilt because maybe they drove a truck or they were a cook. Okay, they weren't on the front lines. And we tell all the veterans that if you signed that dotted line, then you deserve all the things that are available to you.
You know, when you see wasted government money, right? We're $38 trillion in debt. And some of the things that we do spend money on, but yet we still have people who serve this country living in the street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. I mean, how do you get the message to them that don't even have a radio or a TV or even a newspaper?
Well, actually, that's another one of our programs. We have a program called Winter Warm Up, where we give out brand new winter gear to those veterans dealing with housing insecurities. And we work with the different veteran housing programs here in St. Louis, such as Veterans Community Project, St. Patrick's Center, Missouri Veterans Endeavor, Salvation Army. So we work with them to get those supplies to them. And when we do that, we're also telling them about all of our other services, because sometimes there's maybe a situation where mental health or legal has impacted their housing.
But how does the person who lives on the street has no no way to consume any kind of news or anything, how do they find out about that? I mean,
We go out
beyond
there.
beyond the hat that says I'm a veteran.
We go out there.
And are you a veteran? Is that what you ask?
Yeah, we do say that. Or our big ask is, do you have any veterans in your family? Because
Oh yeah, I'm a veteran. Oh well, come on, let's go.
well, a lot of times, yeah.
That's great.
And it's a situation of also like, as I said, I'm a military spouse, and so while my husband may not say anything, I'll be happy to tell you
Yes,
exactly what's
yes.
wrong with him.
Yeah.
He'll say that he doesn't have PTSD. Our daughters and I will be happy to tell you how to trigger it. And
that's funny.
but
It's not funny, but
it's a situation of we are out there a lot. Like last year after the tornadoes, a lot of the veteran organizations got together and we formed Veterans Who Care, and we went out on the streets and we're handing out supplies.
Fantastic.
So we're doing whatever it takes.
So we're getting close on time here for a hard out, but if there's a message you want to get out to people, like say for example to veterans or to people who want to donate, what do you want to tell them? What do you want to give them?
Have somebody contact us, either on the phone number 314-455-9415. On our website, there's ways to contact us there. And just get a hold of us. We're happy to help. We have helped a lot of family members in the past who had a veteran in the family who they just did not know how to get them to the services. And we're happy to help.
Same deal. If you want to, we've gone through just about every industry in America, but if you do something that you think can help veterans, right? Call the number 314-455-9415 or the KaufmanFund.org. Wayne, what branch of the military did you serve?
Army.
Mm-hmm.
What years were those?
I did a silly thing right out of Pattonville High School in 1968. I enlisted for 3 years. Ended up in Vietnam in 1969 as a sergeant in the 25th Infantry Division.
That was hell, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
My uncle Chuck was there. He's gone now, but he's on the wall. But I see him every day here.
I see that you did the pencil.
The rubbing.
The rubbing, yes.
Yeah.
I have one of my dad's cousins.
Okay.
Who's also on the wall.
It's a tough war.
Yeah. The war was hell, and coming back was hell too, wasn't it?
It was awful. I can remember being on the airplane coming back. They said to us to change into our civilian clothes. There were protesters in the airport, spitting, had signs. It was awful. And honestly, Vietnam vets like myself, we didn't even tell anybody for 30 years that we were in the Army and Vietnam. Never talked about it.
Yeah.
I love it when I see a Vietnam veteran hat.
Yeah. But it was the Vietnam veterans who made sure that when the Desert Storm veterans came back, that they received the honor that they needed.
Yep.
Because we were serving during that time, and I witnessed it. They made sure that no other veteran came home that way.
Man, Wayne Kaufman, Sheila Schneider, both from the KaufmanFund.org, 314-455-9415. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service, Wayne.
And just keep doing what you're doing, helping those veterans, because there's only so much Kenny and I can do. All we do is talk on the radio.
We'll get the word out, though.
Yeah, all right.
Get the word out. That's
Thank
our
you
big
guys
one.
so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll tell you what. And we did Wayne on a Vic Vets one
Yes, we
Wednesday.
did.
Yeah. And Ken, I'm glad you brought up Mark Sundlove and Robert Folston from the Soldiers Military Museum.
Yeah.
Those good guys, too. And we're going to do a Vic for Vets and U.S. Representative Eric Burleson about these scientists and doctors that are just disappearing and dying.
It's crazy.
It's a conspiracy, I'm telling you. Uh-oh. I said the C word.
Uh-oh.
I said the C word.
Never paint again. This is Darren, owner of Rhino Shield. Want to eliminate painting your home, business, or church? Call the experts at Rhino Shield. Rhino Shield is a revolutionary ceramic wall coating to regular paint and vinyl. Perfect for aluminum, steel, unpainted brick, block, stucco, EIFS, drive-it, cement board, and wood sidings. Rhino Shield eliminates wasting time and money painting year after year. Our ceramic coating deflects 90% of the sun's UV rays and 100% of the moisture. Our clients want affordable protection with the elimination of maintenance. Rhino Shield protects your biggest investment while maintaining your architectural features and gives you the curb appeal you deserve. Make your home great again by working with the Rhino Shield experts. A+ rated with the BBB. Call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Looking for your perfect country escape? Or maybe it's time to sell your horse property or farm? Meet Gina Parmentier with RealtyNet Service Realtors. As a second-generation broker with 29 years of experience, Gina specializes in horse properties, farms, and rural real estate throughout Franklin County and the surrounding St. Louis area. Whether buying or selling, Gina knows the land, and she knows how to get results. Call 314-504-5409. That's 314-504-5409. RealtyNet Service Realtors, where country living meets expert service.
Missouri's laws are clear. Unregulated gaming devices are illegal. Companies have been telling businesses that gray market machines are legal. That's wrong. Don't be scammed. If you have these devices at your business, you could be subject to criminal and civil penalties. Unplug and remove these devices today.
If you've been approached to host illegal gaming machines, call now. 800-523-1434 or visit ago.mo.gov. Sponsored by the Attorney General's Office.
KLDY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNVS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at newstalkstl.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump announced last night he's extending the ceasefire in the war with Iran until that side can come to a unified proposal. Middle East Institute senior fellow Jason Campbell says that makes it confusing for Pakistan trying to arrange another ceasefire sit-down.
So there really hasn't been a lot of progress on one, what is the shared list of priority topics to be discussed in these talks?
Meanwhile, there are a lot of Iranians living in Turkey, and according to this report from Charles de Ledesma, the war could force large numbers of them to return home to Iran.
For years, short-term residency permits have allowed Iranians to pursue economic opportunities and enjoy relative stability in neighboring Turkey. But it's a precarious situation, and the war has raised the stakes. Sadri Hagshinaz spends her days selling borak, a layered savoury pastry, at a shop in Istanbul, but her mind is on her daughter in Tehran. The family had had to send her home after they ran into difficulties renewing her visa. I swear I cry every day, Hagshinaz says. There's no life in my country, and there's no life here. What shall we do? I'm Charles de Ledesma.
President Trump took part last night at a marathon Bible reading event, turning to the 7th chapter of 2nd Chronicles set during King Solomon's dedication of the temple.
Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord, and in his own house he prosperously effected. And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice.
The president joined other Christians in reading a passage of Scripture during an event live stream from the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. And on Wall Street, the Dow right now up 309 points. More from townhall.com.
Hey, I'm Kirk Cameron. Is health insurance eating up your budget for 2026? If you're looking for ways to better steward your finances, consider this: Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a health insurance alternative at half the cost. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. While insurance companies tell you when to join, what to pay, and where to go, CHM is different. As a ministry, CHM allows you to share the burden of medical bills with other Christians. You can enroll, switch programs, or leave at any time. Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's a world of difference. CHM has 4 flexible programs. You can pick any certified doctor, surgeon, or hospital that you want for eligible care. So make the switch. Take your paycheck back from health insurance this year. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/wellness. That's chministries.org/wellness.
This hour of News Talk STL is brought to you by Stifel, serving investors for over 130 years. Contact your Stifel financial advisor at stifel.com. That's STIFEL.com.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 9 on News Talk STL 1019. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stiefel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Hey, Jamie Allman here for Window World. Did you know that Window World offers a lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor? They are one of the only 2 replacement windows with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. Window World St. Louis has been owned and operated by a group of born and raised St. Louis residents for more than 23 years, and now Window World is offering 36 months same as cash financing with approved credit. Call them today, 800-GET-WINDOWS for a free in-home, no-pressure estimate. That's Window World at 800-GET-WINDOWS.
This hour, the Vic Porcelli Show, brought to you by the Trolley Stop Bakery, the official bakery of the Vic Porcelli Show. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
A 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
From New Jersey to Baldwin, Missouri, 2 behind the microphone, taking the whoosh to the radical left and the putrid swamp. You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show. Here he is, Vic Porcelli.
All right, welcome to our third hour of our 3-hour tour. Let's go right to the phone. U.S. Representative Eric Burleson joins us. Congressman, thank you so much for your time. What about these 11 scientists that are missing or dead? Do you smell something rotten?
Yeah, something is fishy for sure. Now, look, I know there's 11 that have been that have been either listed as missing or dead. I wouldn't say that there's a commonality with all 11, but each one in and of itself is a very suspicious circumstance. But within those 11, the ones that went missing, I do think that there may be a commonality. So let me break that down if I can. What caught my attention was when General Neil McCaslin disappeared. He's fairly young. I mean, 61 or something. Not exactly someone who had Alzheimer's or anything like that. He after he had just retired, he decided to walk out of his front door with nothing. Left his phone, left his keys, left everything behind, and that just isn't normal.
And
in the same city, in Albuquerque, you had, when we started looking into it, months earlier than that, there were other people that were working for Los Alamos Labs that were working on projects that were being funded by and directed by General McCaslin, and those people also stepped out of their home and went missing.
They may.
And so you have about 4 people that all stepped out of their home, left everything behind, and went missing over a period of about 5 months. That's not normal.
Yeah, Melissa Cassius. She was working with the Los Alamos National Laboratory as well, and she went missing. And Representative, the thing is, it's all unknown. These are a lot of unknowns here.
That's right. There's no answers here. And the fact that they just really dropped off the radar. The general, there was where they call them ring cameras all up and down his street. There's no footage of him whatsoever. His street had cameras. So whatever happened is extremely mysterious.
Well, you know what? You mentioned that they're not directly related to each other, these incidents. But, boy, the one thing that is they all knew secrets.
They did. Every one of these people were working on some of our most advanced research. So the general was the tippy top of all military intelligence. So his role was the guy in charge of every advanced research project for the U.S. Air Force. So advanced propulsion technology, research in plasma, research in hypersonic missiles, So that's why, he would be he's extremely valuable. His knowledge is extremely important and valuable to the United States, or would be valuable for any other nation.
We're talking to U.S. Representative Eric Burleson from Missouri, and he may have to leave at any time, so let us know when you do. But Representative, one thing is that these people, they were in these energy-related, fields and in research. What is being done to try and at least find out about them?
So the FBI, my office, we sent a letter, and then Chairman Jamie Comer has joined my letter. The two of us have sent a letter to the FBI requesting that they investigate these suspicious murders and missing persons. So outside of the ones that I just mentioned, the people that just walked out their front door and went missing, you have some very suspicious deaths. So you have one gentleman, I think his name's Nuno. I don't have my notes in front of me. He was an MIT researcher doing he was the most advanced plasma physicist and researcher in the United States. And this is a type of technology that is critically important if we're ever going to get to the point where we have a fusion reactor. So he had already accomplished some breakthroughs and had some random person show up on his front porch and shoot him. So then you have other scientists that were working on projects. One was one of the gentlemen that found water on other planets. So, and was doing research and part of the project for any kind of deflection of any asteroids that might be coming to Earth.
Wow.
So these were some of the top scientists at NASA and Los Alamos Labs, the Air Force Research Labs, all being funded. All of the research was really kind of funneling through the program that General McCausland was working on.
I think you were talking about Michael David Hicks on that one.
I was?
No,
okay.
Representative.
So, Congressman,
yeah.
One of the people wrote a note that said, I am not suicidal. If I end up dead, it was not by suicide, and I'll be damned. She was shot, and it went down as a suicide. Right there, I think, is where the whole thing starts and expands to all these other scientists.
Yeah. So that scientist, she was working on anti-gravity research. What's interesting about her, and her name is Amy, and I'm blanking on her last name right now, but
Eskridge.
She was, she's not the first scientist that was working on anti-gravity research that something weird happened to. So you have in 2002, the top scientist in this field was a woman named Ling Li. She was working at, I think, in Huntsville, and she had a breakthrough in anti-gravity research. She was getting ready to publicize. She was going to circuits and talking about her research, and then she just dropped off the face of the earth. Like nobody saw her for 4 years, and then suddenly an obituary showed up. But this Amy Eskridge, she was doing the same research and was feeling like some weird things were happening to her. She felt harassment. She would come home and her home would be searched. All the kind of intimidation things that you would see in a movie or something.
Right.
She was experiencing. She hired a retired intelligence officer to investigate some of the things that were happening to her. He determined that she was a victim of Havana syndrome, which is that directed energy device that has been well documented that Russia and other foreign countries use to target our nation's military intelligence and our scientists.
It's unbelievable.
Kind of like mess with their brains.
Yeah.
So she had these burn marks on her body from that what is basically she was being microwaved from a distance.
Wow.
And then she just suddenly decided quote unquote committed suicide.
This is why, Congressman, this is why people don't trust the government anymore. We want some answers. The guy who found out that he could build a car that runs on water, he mysteriously dies. People are watching, and now with the internet, they're watching even more closely. And you and Jamie Comer, you guys are a great team together. So we'll be there to cheerlead for you. We know you don't have a lot of time, so we just wanted to thank you for your time today. We truly appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the president taking of this, and he's directing Kash Patel to investigate this. So this is a good, hopefully people are paying attention. If anything, even if there's nothing nefarious going on, it's good that we it may be that we need to recognize that our scientists are facing some serious mental health issues from the stress that they're facing, because there's just too many of them committing suicide.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, Representative Eric Burleson from Missouri. Anything breaks on this? Anything you want us to tell the audience, please let us know right away, or have your little boy Nate there tell us.
I will.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We don't pick on Nate. Nate knows it,
he knows that.
So listen. Linda, remember that thing?
Yeah.
It can't be coincidental. There are no coincidences. There can't be a coincidence that somebody writes, "I'm not suicidal. If I end up dead, I didn't kill myself." And she ended up dead, and I'll be damned. Official cause of death, suicide.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of crap, Ken.
It really is. And I mean, if you start diving into this information, you start lining things up. And I know Representative Burleson was talking about there aren't direct connections, but you nailed that one, because these are all research projects that are high level. And then he said that general, the general who was head, General William Neal McCaslin, he was heading up a lot of this stuff, and he just walked out of his house. He's gone.
He's a general.
He's a general. 61-year-old.
Doesn't get much higher than that. And the representative says, something like you might see in a movie. It's something like you might see in a movie, and you say, no, our government doesn't do that, right?
This is the kind of thing, though, that really, down the road will make such a difference. We're talking about energy. We're talking about interplanetary travel. We're talking about new fusion, things that we're going to be using in the future. And these, they could be, they're missing. They could be in China. We don't know.
Anti-gravity. If we're going to have interplanetary travel and living on other planets, we're going to have to learn how to deal with gravity through anti-gravity research. And then this girl said, "Oh, I got it. This is it." And then she's dead. And like you just said a little minute ago, I walked out with all their belongings. No phone, no wallet, no keys. Who does that? I mean, you would think the people that are taking them would take the wallet, the phone, and the keys. So it looks like they just maybe left the house and took a walk and got lost.
And here's part of my conspiracy. All right, we talked about this 3 or 4 years ago, Vic. 140,000 Chinese military-age single men crossed our borders into this country. They're here, okay? They're not gone. They didn't go anywhere. But why couldn't they have been a part of all this to take these people? They're in a cell, right? And then they ship them off to the CP in China. This is the kind of stuff that we don't know by these unvetted people that have crossed the border. I'm saying 20 to 30 million of which the Biden administration let happen.
T.M. Harper, one of our chat boxers, I just got to read this. I know it's not chat box segment. He says, I may be an aerospace engineer, but I swear to God, I don't work on anything important.
But that's true. Okay.
It could happen.
You never know.
When I got a great government job. I'm a scientist for the government. I'm working on anti-gravity. Wow, that's great. Oh, my God, you're dead? That's how quickly it happens. Like people who have dangerous jobs, they don't realize how dangerous working for the government is. Working for the government is more dangerous than people working on skyscrapers and things.
We talked about Amy Eskridge yesterday, and then Representative Burleson referred to her.
Yeah.
She was hiking. Okay? She's hiking with friends. They look back, Vic, and they see her. They know she's there. We're just walking along. They look back again, Vic.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
They get dogs. They get helicopters. They get patrols to try and find her. It's not like they waited a couple days. Immediately this happened. They called on their phone saying this person's gone.
So I'm just curious.
And they couldn't find her.
Did anything happen to them? The people who were hiking with her and said, "Oh my God, she's gone. We want to report a missing person." What happened to those girls? Does anybody ask? Does anybody care?
I'm sorry, Monica Jacinto Reza. That's the one I was talking about.
Is that the one that was hiking?
The hiking, yeah.
So the girls that were hiking with her, who reported
I don't
this,
know.
You can't report. You can't call the government and say, "What was her name?" The girl, first name only.
Yeah, Monica.
We were hiking with Monica.
And she's gone.
And now she's not here. We don't know what happened. Oh, yeah? Listen, can you step over this way and push them up a cliff or something? Because these girls aren't going to get away with calling in a missing person that works for the government to the U.S. government. I guarantee you something happened to both of them.
It's so bizarre, and that's a great point. But I mean, imagine that. Okay, everybody, just put yourself in that scenario. You're hiking with your friend. They're right behind you. I mean, I went on hikes in Zion recently with my wife and my daughter. I knew where they were. I looked behind me. But then all of a sudden, they were gone.
How did they disappear so fast?
Yeah.
What was...
Gone.
All right. We better get to business here, Ken. We wanted to... You know, when you get an opportunity to talk to a U.S. representative, you accommodate them.
Yes.
And that's what we wanted to do there because we didn't have a whole bunch of time. Okay, so we start. Okay, Vic from Vets. Sorry. Submitted by listener Stephen. Thank you, Stephen. For Staff Sergeant Robert J. Traxel, Staff Sergeant, United States Army, 70th Mobile Public Affairs Detachment, Missouri National Guard. Born on April 29th, 1978. Died on July 2nd, 2012. He died in Guatemala during a training exercise. During takeoff, a helicopter hit a tree, which fell on Sergeant Traxel.
Tragedy.
So bad. Served in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. Served as a broadcast journalist. Served in the Missouri National Guard, U.S. Naval Reserves, U.S. Marine Corps, and the U.S. Army.
He did everything.
Lived in Union, Missouri. Married to Mrs. Karen Chambers Traxel, father to Joshua, Noah, Jonah, and a stepdaughter, Grace. He even adopted a kid. Like all his military service wasn't enough. He also adopted a kid. Parents were Jay Traxel and Anita Gardner, former Florissant police officer, member of Algabil Freedom Masonic Lodge. I hope I didn't butcher that too badly. Number 636 AF and AM. Moolah Shrine Temple, Metropolitan Press Club of St. Louis, buried at Midlawn Memorial Gardens in his hometown of Union, Missouri. Thank you for serving Staff Sergeant Robert J. Traxel. Vic for Vets, we couldn't do it without the support of our great friends, Alamo Military Collectibles, Gemini Wealth Group, Heroes Care, Michael's Funeral Home, and Freddie's Market.
And Vic, that's a prime example of not really giving the story, but giving the information. If you have your favorite veteran that you would like to have highlighted on this show on Vic for Vets, please send me an email. Ken at newstalkstl.com, Ken at newstalkstl.com.
And many thanks to Wayne Kaufman and Sheila Schneider, who came in earlier to tell us about the Kaufman Fund. If you are a veteran or know a veteran, you can kill two birds with one stone. Send Ken all the information about him, and then give him the Kaufman Fund information so they can get help on anything, including dental, including legal, including tax help.
And again, let's throw that out there again. It's thekaufmanfund.org. The Kaufman, Kaufman, fund.org.
Do the phone number, too, real quick.
And the phone number is 314-455-9415. 314-455-9415.
I love Vic for Vets.
I know.
There's nothing more rewarding that we do.
It's an honor for me.
Yeah, me too. All right, Mark Harder. It's an honor to know Mark Harder, yes, right?
He's a soldier of the county.
He is a soldier of the county, Ken. You're right. And he's next on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL as we listen to Boz Skaggs.
Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL.
Babies in the running round, hanging with the crowd, putting your business in the street, talking loud.
Vic and Ken. Vic has great hair. Ken has great, baseball caps? The Vic Porcelli Show on 101.9 and 94.1 News Talk STL.
So how are the trees in the backyard and stuff? If they're looking a little weak, if you went out and had your coffee on the deck and took a look at your tree and say, hey, Marge, were there that many brown leaves this early on the tree before? And Marge will say, no, Bill, we better call Stan. And then you get on the phone, you call Stan. He comes out with the stethoscope around his neck, right, in his white lab coat.
Maybe not.
Neither of those. But he knows what he's doing. And if he can save your tree, he will. Here's the great news, because if he comes to the waiting room and says, I'm sorry, we've done all we can, then he can remove the tree, and the money you went towards saving it will go towards removing it. It's the best deal in town when you're talking about trees.
I'm visualizing Stan driving in his car, listening to this right now, going, "I don't do that."
I'm imagining.
I don't
saying,
wear the.
I do business with these two idiots. So go to RootsPlusLLC.com. RootsPlusLLC.com.
And then the media.
1019 and 94.1.
They lying about what's going on in America. They lying about it.
News Talk STL.
There's something magical about walking into your backyard and knowing your family is completely safe and secure. Hi, I'm Sean Long, owner of STL Fenceworks. That's the feeling my team and I have been creating for metro area families for more than 50 years. Whether you're adding your first fence or finally creating the outdoor sanctuary you've always wanted, we offer premium vinyl and stunning ornamental options, all designed around your family's specific needs and lifestyle. While other companies struggle with supply delays and rising costs, we've always proudly used all American-made materials, which means better pricing and faster installation for you. Our experienced craftsmen exemplify our motto, your satisfaction is our passion. From Warrenton to Wildwood, your neighbors trust us because we live here too. And we care about your project as much as you do. Right now is the golden time to build with flexible financing options and a commitment to completing your fence on time and on budget. Visit stlfenceworks.com.
Dreaming about a vacation but not sure where to start? Should you book that all-inclusive resort or a cruise? Which destination? What cruise line? And how do you know you're getting the best value? That's where Magic Expeditions comes in. We're your St. Louis local travel experts, helping you choose the vacation that fits. Whether a relaxing adults-only escape, family-friendly resort, or unforgettable cruise adventure, skip the stress, the guessing, and endless online searching. Visit magicexpeditions.com. That's magicexpeditions.com.
News, analysis, opinion.
We've got to get an FBI that is back focused on protecting the homeland.
Every single Democrat has always said that we must never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon.
1019 and 94.1 News Talk STL. Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show. Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Dave Mason. We just disagreed. Dave Mason passed away yesterday.
Been away. Haven't seen you in a while.
Ah, you been.
How've you been?
Dave Mason was in Traffic. With Steve Winwood. Dave Mason wrote, Feeling All Right, that we played by Joe Cocker.
Yeah.
He wrote that. And his real success, though, and his real exposure to America and the world was his solo career like this. We Just Disagree, Only You Know and I Know, a bunch of others. But, he was just great. And Ken, we talk about it all the time, one by one.
Yeah.
We're missing him.
I just remember one of the first shows we did, we talked about an artist like Dave. And you said, they're going to start passing away.
Yeah.
They're just at that age. And sure enough, man, we've gone through a lot of them since we've been together.
And wait till the big ones come, Ken.
I know.
I hate to be the, harbinger of death.
Right.
But it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Happen. All right. Everybody. All right.
From the county of St. Louis.
Crime issues, economic development.
This is Mark Harder.
I didn't know we added dancers to it. The ballet dancers.
We're adopting that.
That's fine.
Interpretive dance.
Right.
Interpretive dance.
The harder interpretation.
The Mark Harder dancers, everybody.
Yeah, great for radio.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say this because it's so stupid, but I will. Remember the Jackie Gleason show?
Mm-hmm.
When it was, and away we go. But it was always the June Taylor dancers. Remember the June Taylor dancers were always there, and I was like, I don't even know who June Taylor is. And I don't know why I pulled that name out of my ass. Okay, Mark Carter, County Council.
How you doing, guys?
Did Sam Page win this thing so he could still be executive while he's in London? Did he win that?
He did. He got two judges to agree with him. So one in St. Louis County and one at the federal level at the appeals court. So, yes, he won his case and off on the friendly skies of Europe. And I got to tell you a funny story. So last night we had council meeting, And so, of course, he's hobnobbing it in England and with all the different folks that he went with on that trip. And Kara Spencer was there with Bob Clark sitting
Kara
next to her.
Spencer was at your county?
No, in England.
Oh,
she
got
went
it.
on
I'm
the
sorry.
trip
Okay. Oh, she did.
with about 20 other people. So he put together a statement, and he normally speaks at our meeting when he's there. He put together a statement, and he sent it to all of us on the council yesterday afternoon and sent it to the chair and said, please read this, in place of him being there. And so we get to that part of the meeting last night, and it says, now we hear from the county executive, and Rita says, the county executive is on a trip to Europe, receive and file.
Oh, my God.
And we moved on to the next thing.
That's great.
Never read his statement, never, and the statement was all this, we're, hands across the sea, and we're, building relationships with people in Europe and blah, blah, blah. Nothing.
So when he comes back and asks Rita Days, hey, did you read my statement? Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he knows by now.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Don't you worry about it.
He was probably watching. Saying, I can't wait. They're gonna
what? Ken's
they're gonna
right.
They're gonna read my statement.
He's probably on the boxcast from England.
The funny thing is, one of my colleagues says, why don't we just put him on the boxcast, or and wake him up? It would have been midnight or 1 o'clock in England. Let's wake him up, see if he's ready for the meeting.
God, he's such a douche.
But that went on yesterday. I thought that was fun, and that she would do that.
You brought in the charter. You brought in a
couple I don't
copies.
see it anywhere here. Last week I had it here. Gave you two copies.
You gave me my own personal copy,
right?
Which, if I'd known somebody glommed on it before we got to it, here we go. So I'm just gonna see if I can find law in the charter that says if you leave the country, you can't be the executive while you're gone.
Page 30.
Thank you. I knew he'd know it. Ken, I knew he'd know it.
He checked on that.
Section
perfect
3.01.
Could you be a little more specific, for God's sakes?
It says,
and
I quote.
Which one?
I think it's 3.01.
Nope. He starts with 4.180.
Go back a page then.
So then it's not page 30.
No, I got the
Give me bad information.
Yeah.
Bad intel.
Hey.
Regardless, just tell me what it says.
Well, it just basically says if the county executive leaves the county, the chair of the council assumes the role or the duties of the county executive. So that's what he went to court by, and it's based on the word absent. So that's what they hung their issue is that when that was written, absent meant you were out of communication. His argument was, well, we got cell phones, we got laptops, we got you name it.
Does it say that, or is that his interpretation?
No, his interpretation, but he got two judges to agree with him. So it's not what it says. You got to get two judges to agree with you, and So we're going to either try to enforce it in the future, which I doubt we're going to be able to do, or we're probably going to have to change that to reflect the new times when it comes to being absent. So his argument was, I'm never absent because he's got his cell phone, he's got people around him, that kind of stuff.
Bunch of crap, Ken.
So
totally. I don't even get it.
But that's what he was. But he went to that extreme lengths within 2 days, went to two courts because he wanted to be on that trip. And it would have been embarrassing for him not to be on that trip when you've got everybody going and he had to sit home and watch it from a distance.
So, I'm just trying to think in the mind of Sam Page,
yeah,
and Dr. Khan, because that whole group there, they're so narcissistic in themselves, and they flip off everybody.
That's the word. The key word is narcissism.
It really is.
And he's going to be gone here by the end of the year, if not sooner anyway. So this is like that big payoff trip. I'll go, and.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
He goes on this trip and he says to everybody, see, I'm worldly. Why are you're getting rid of a very worldly leader, an ambassador of St. Louis County. You're going to be getting rid of the best person that ever happened to St. Louis County.
Do you have a legal degree?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that almost sounded like him.
Your Honor, my client, and everything you just said.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't have said it. So anyway. I mean, really? How many people who are awaiting trial, what are the charges? Fraud?
One felony.
Money laundering?
No, it's a felony for using funds inappropriately.
Okay. Let's just say.
And two misdemeanor, or three misdemeanors.
Felony. Everybody awaiting trial on a felony crime, they take a little European trip first.
Well, they do.
Before they come.
It's like that last meal, the last big meal that you take.
Bangers and mash for me, love.
Yeah. I was hoping we could find somebody with Secretary of State Rubio's office and maybe hold his passport or something.
Ooh. All right, since you brought him up, I'm sorry, this is squirrel. There's a series of memes of Marco Rubio in that yellow chair in the Oval
420.
Office.
I know you're going.
And he's dressed up as everything.
Everybody, yeah.
So yesterday he was Mr. Met.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, with the uniform and the big Mr. Met head,
Yeah.
Because Zorro Mandami met Mr. Met and gave him a hug, and the Mets haven't won since. 11 straight games they lost. And I forgot to tell you this. It's the funniest video of Mr. Met. Mr. Met has a gigantic head, right? So he's trying to hang himself, but he can't get the noose around his big head. He tried to stick his head in the oven, but he couldn't get his head in the oven.
That's a big baseball head.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm missing all this stuff.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
I thought you were talking about Marco Rubio sitting on the couch, and it was for 420.
I missed that.
He was dressed up like he was a stoner.
That's
great.
Yeah, and he's been dressed like a South American dictator.
Leprechaun, you
Yeah.
name it. The
Yeah.
leprechaun one, there's actually a video meme where he goes into his closet all pissed off, takes the leprechaun suit out and the hat,
walks away,
puts it on, sits on the yellow couch.
Hey, did you see the new music video, the Trump music video? That's different than the one that
have
you
we
had
seen the music
last week?
video?
The new one, not the one from last week. This is another one that is
Open this straight.
No, it's another one.
Ken,
wow.
it's a new one.
I'm behind.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
What
and
is it?
It's based on Cuba, and they're singing Cuban music, and it's got Marco Rubio playing the trumpet, and other people are in it. It's very creative.
I'll check it out.
But it's all in Cuban. It's got Castro smoking a cigar.
That's so great.
Well, because we've got the open the straight.
Yeah,
we've
that's
got
a good one.
That's a bumper song now for us.
And
and then the Somali Waltz.
Right, the Somali Waltz.
The Somali Waltz, which is a very good song. They're both really, really good
Yeah, they are.
songs.
Mark's playing the part of Willie West here. Wonderful Wino, the big sound in the big town. Wino time, 5 minutes past the big hour, 5 o'clock. Okay. George Carlin.
We're having too much fun here.
Yes, that's what we do.
That's right.
The big sound in the big town.
So let me tell you another thing that happened last night, if you got a minute.
Yes, we have exactly a minute.
Okay.
Go.
Exactly.
So we've been talking every week. Paige tried to pit the county employees against the council and say, you need to call your council people and complain about this budget and all this kind of stuff. And so we turned it around on them. So every week I've been saying, we're getting a lot of folks from the employees are calling us. Please keep calling us. Keep those cards and letters, that thing. And so last night I said, we've gotten so many different calls from people within St. Louis County government. I said, I have set up a P.O. box, which I announced last night, which I paid for on my own. It's P.O. Box 6113, Chesterfield, Missouri, 63006. So people can send us their information and whistleblower stuff.
Oh, God, great.
So I want that, but I said it's a small box for envelopes. But if you have a binder or a bigger piece we will arrange for that to be picked up.
That is so funny.
So I mentioned that twice last night, to tell all of our employees, and I hope anybody's listening that's a county employee or a relative of a county employee, please, if you've got some issues, and this is all seriousness, if you've got issues that we need to know about, what's happening behind the scenes in your department, we need to know about it. And we're hearing a lot of good stuff about what's going on behind the scenes. So please send it to the P.O. Box. It's Councilman Mark Harder, P.O. Box 6113, Chesterfield, Missouri, 63006.
Fantastic.
So send it to us.
Coming up next on The Big Show and Wonderful Wino, new song by Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, Merrill Lynch, Pearson, Sacco Vanzetti. Okay, Mark, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Mark,
See you next week.
Maybe we should play that one day. What the heck?
We should.
And we lost Dave Mason yesterday.
We
passed
did.
away. Great artist, great songwriter. And you know what, Ken? We just disagree. Chat box is next.
Been away, haven't seen you in a while. How've you been? Have you changed your style, and do you think
Like and subscribe to us on Rumble. News Talk STL.
don't seem the same? Seems you've lost your feel for me.
You're listening to the Vic Porcelli Show.
By the way, it used to make beer brewed here. It is used to make the brew beer here in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder what.
Good guy, there ain't no bad guy. There's only you and me, and we just disagree.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL. Colombo and Company.
Just over 3 weeks to go in the 2026 legislative session, and we'll get the latest from Jeff City Wednesday with Missouri political insider Rodney Boyd, plus Danny Define and Closest Cabinet.
Live and local weekdays at 2 on News Talk STL.
Dr. Michael Lewis, West Point grad, physician, and retired Army colonel, is considered the world's leading expert on the use of omega-3s in brain health. He's also the author of When Brains Collide. Dr. Lewis, a lot of people take fish oil supplements, but how do you know they're working if you're not testing?
Elizabeth, I've come across the biggest breakthrough in my 30-plus years of medicine. What if you could test yourself at home to see if your fish oil supplements are actually working? And then have the right product, a combination of fish oil and olive oil, a perfect Mediterranean diet in a bottle delivered right to your doorstep. This is the answer to the American ultra-processed food diet. Email me at test@brainhealtheducation.org. That's test@brainhealtheducation.org.
Email Dr. Lewis today at test@brainhealtheducation.org and take the first step toward a healthier brain. Your future self will thank you. That's test@brainhealtheducation.org.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps in the afternoon.
Speaking with Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway.
I'm particularly concerned about the products that are really aimed at kids that look like Skittles, Chips Ahoy cookies, Doritos that contain THC. So these places are selling pot, but they're also selling these other products that you can't make any argument but that they are targeted at kids.
Tim Jones and Chris Arps. Weekdays at 4 on News Talk STL.
Hanson's Tree Service at hansonstree.com is your one-stop shop for expert insured tree care and more in the greater St. Louis region and at the Lake of the Ozarks. Visit hansonstree.com for 24/7 emergency tree care, grinding and land clearing, awesome organic mulch, green resource recycling, and more. Tim Jones here to tell you that whether you're dealing with old man winter at your home or business in the St. Louis region or preparing your lake home for spring, call Hanson's to help you out. No job too big or too small. Mention News Talk STL. Receive 10% off all tree care services. hansonstree.com, hansonstree.com.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Talk lines are open now at 314-912-1019. The Vic Porcelli Show.
When I introduce you, I'm going to say, this is a friend of mine. That means you're a connected guy. Now, if I said instead, this is a friend of ours, that would mean you were a made guy. A capiche?
Forget about it.
Made in St. Louis for St. Louis. It's News Talk STL.
Do I got to teach you this?
Oh, that's right. I did it wrong.
I
was like doing this stuff. Ooh,
all right, so I screwed this up the first time. Can I try again?
Yes.
Okay. Scott Lame here on Wonderful Wino. Wonderful Wino, the big sound in the big town. Wino time, 5 minutes past the big hour, 5 o'clock. Coming up next, Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Sacco, and Vanzetti with their new song, The Ever-Present Footprints Cross the Shadows and the Carpets of the Hallways of the Memories of Your Mind.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. When I was young, that comes from the album FM and AM, and I listened to it every single day, every single night, until I had it all memorized, the entire album memorized. And we would go out with me and my friends, and everybody, Vic, do George Carlin. And I'd have to do the whole FM and AM album for them.
Wonderful Wino.
The big sound in the big town. Wino time. Big bun. 5 minutes past the big hour, 5 o'clock. That's Scott Lame, who replaced, Scott Lame was the replacement for a different DJ. Sorry, I shouldn't have brought it up. I didn't know. I thought I knew. Oh, yeah, you know so much about George Carlin, don't you? All right, Kenny, here we go. Yep, that's it. That's the music. Good Morning Patriots from M.G. Goltz. Ed says, see now? Ed's calling another Wildcat strike.
Uh-oh.
International
We're
Brotherhood.
in trouble.
International Brotherhood of Chat Boxers Local 1019-94.1. Ed Stoyd is the shop steward, so you got any grievances?
There is a storm in our nation. There is darkness and wind.
That's a terrible forecast.
That's a wildcat strike warning.
Oh, Wildcats. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Morning, Vic Cannon, all you freedom-loving American patriots. Thank you, Allison. We love you. Allison said, Sally Bones. I put the video up of burr, 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 burr,
right
on our Facebook page.
Oh, good.
It's video.
Yeah.
And I got her burr, 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 with her lips. And Kathleen, who says hi, fam, bam. Every day.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, my heart, Sally Bones. And she wrote, burr, 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 burr. She's got such flappy lips. We got to do something with them.
It's such a perfect name, though, because it's the Italian family. She's a part of the Italian family now, and it's Sally Bones.
Yeah, Sally Bones. Because her real name is Sally Bowles, after the character in Cabaret.
Right.
But we're Italian, so we have to have an Italian nickname, so that's where Sally Bones came up. Hey, you want something done? Hey.
Yo, Vic.
Yeah, call Sally Bones. She'll take care of you. Vic posted... see now, Dave Stone. Vic posted his video where? It was on Facebook, not on Rumble.
Oh.
The Facebook Rumble.
Controversy. You might be able to put it on Rumble, Vic.
What, and piss off Dave Stouffer? You go right ahead.
Go ahead, Vic.
Vic. Yo, Vic.
No. Call Sally Bones. Why are we continuing the divide? Allison, I'm not sure what you mean.
About the Rumble Facebook.
Oh, that divide. Forget it.
Allison is very against all this.
She is. She wants peace.
I just want peace.
Can't we all get along?
We need to be together. I thought we were together.
The divide is what's going to ruin the right.
Allison, I just want you to know that this is hopefully in fun.
Yo, Allison, we love you. Morning, everyone. I can't. This says, I can't the left. I think I can't the left.
I get it.
Right? That's how you got to say it. I can't the left.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a kind of... Oh, Vicky is Italian. What am I talking about? There's so much treason going on. I agree with that.
So much so, it's almost like a whack-a-mole.
Conspiracy.
You've got the Trump administration in front of a whack-a-mole machine.
Got that one, missed. Try that one. Over there. Oh, my God, that's so funny. That's great. Did anyone hear that exactly 35,000 ballots came in at the last minute to make Virginia a yes?
You mentioned that, earlier today.
I am so sick of this
Don't you cuss on this here radio.
Oddly enough, coincidentally, the very next comment is Allison saying, Vic, I like cussing on this here radio. Soros should be exiled to Iran. I agree with that.
Well, Allison, we're not very far from it, just so you know.
Allison also said V4V, which is Vic for Vets and Heart. Thank you. Paul Spool, it's a beautiful dry hump day. Make it count. Piss off a leb turd.
Yeah.
We squeeze in a dry hump day under partly sunny skies.
T.M. Harper says, I may be an American aerospace engineer, but I swear to God, I don't work on anything important. We shouldn't joke about it, but
I know.
He's an aerospace engineer. What about Gabe? When is the government going to put a hood over Gabe's head and throw him in a car?
No kidding.
Oh, my God. The next one says, think about Gabe. Oh, my God. I'm on a spiritual level.
Wow.
With our chat boxers today. It's the very next comment. Think about Gabe. Literally. God bless Robert J. Traxel. That man served his entire life. Boy, he sure did.
Yep.
The way that song hit you. Yep. You know, there are people who serve, and then there are people who just overserve this nation and this country, and they deserve credit for it.
Yeah.
Good morning, you magnificent all-American bunch of dickheads. Can you give Grant an I'm retired now double whoosh?
Whoosh, whoosh.
He sends me these videos all the time because he's showing off, because he's retired, of a monkey with a Hawaiian shirt on and a pina colada in his hand. Talking about retirement rule number 1. Don't do anything if you don't want to do anything. There's a whole bunch of list of things. You don't have to know what day it is. Grant never knows what day it is. He's asking for double whooshes on a Thursday. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where, what? GMFFVH. That means good morning, freedom fighting dickheads. The battle for America continues. Better wake up and stop the commies. I agree.
It's not just the commies, though, guys. We're talking about an Islam invasion.
Yeah, that's right. They're the new commies.
I believe that's probably the actual. I think the deflection is the communism socialism angle. The real thing is you're looking out for that they're building daily here in this country is Islam.
And I don't think Zoran Mamdani is even hiding it. He said, I think we should look towards Islam. Didn't he say that out loud?
He has said that, yeah. We should look for the leadership in Islam to show us the way.
Listen, you messed up New York. I hope you're happy. Don't come crying to me and Ken, okay? Because we told you not to do that. Didn't we?
Well, the new store, like just this is just one example, but I read this last week actually. But the new grocery store that he promised,
yes,
it's going to be in place. It's going to get in place, but two problems with it. Number one, it's going to start in 2029,
right?
Which
he'll be out of office by then,
right? Maybe not. He may take it over. Just become permanent.
Yeah.
And then the other part of it is that you're going to pay for it twice, as people who are going to go in there are going to pay taxes, and then you're going to pay for it again, and then So it's not really free. Just so you know that any of that stuff's never free.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Nothing is free.
No.
Bill Harrison says, good morning all. Whoosh, whoosh, and happy hump day, says Dave Stouffer under his real name. Dave Stouffer.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Vic, yo, Vic. Where'd that video get posted? Oh, my God, he is rubbing it in.
Let's go, baby.
The Sally Bones video is on Facebook, okay? I put it there because that's the easiest thing for me to do. So that's what
Bad llama.
It's a fun video. Oh, thanks to the reminder, Dave Stouffer. Happy dry hump day indeed, you bunch of Vickheads. So Scooter says, didn't the SAVE Act die in the Senate yesterday?
Wait, okay, no, wait. So he's excited about that? See, this is the typical of a Dem turd. This is typical Dem turdish-ness.
Is that a language?
Yes.
Dem turdish?
Dem turdish.
I should have read that more like Truman Capote. Though.
They don't like the idea of fair elections. They don't like that. That really bothers them because then they can't win.
Didn't the SAVE Act die in the Senate yesterday?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
That makes me
mad. See, I knew you were going to do that, and there's a difference between Droopy Dog and Truman Capote.
Oh, there is?
Yes. Because Droopy Dog is friendly and nice, and Truman Capote was always guarded and very gay. You know?
That makes me mad.
See, Droopy Dog's not gay.
But he doesn't sound very nice there either.
Yeah, because he's mad.
He's mad.
Did you see, of course you saw, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Droopy Dog has a cameo in that.
Mm-hmm.
He's the elevator operator.
Right.
Going up, sir.
Yeah,
And
right.
it goes up. And then going down, sir. And then it goes down. And it's Eddie Valiant who's getting, squished. And finally goes, have a good day, sir. See, I even mix up Truman Capote and Droopy Dog myself.
Oh, my God. That is hilarious.
You think you're funny. That's Granholm, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer Granholm. Good morning, Freedom Fighters. Howard Dean was the guy. Barbara says Howard Dean was the guy that said, we're going to go to Pennsylvania and North Carolina and South Carolina and Pike. Hiya! God, what a goofball.
See, now you do that now, though, like Cory Booker, and hey, it's okay.
Then it becomes the weather forecast.
Then it's, yeah.
There is a storm in our nation. There is darkness and wind.
I think you should say that's the forecast from KMOV News.
Right.
Right?
Why? We got to play the whole audio at some point.
Yeah, we can do it now if you want. We're done.
Are we?
Yep.
All right, well, let's do it. Here, let me finish up here.
I don't want to start this as a daily thing, so I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But T.M. Harper's quote today was the absolute best. I may be an aerospace engineer, but I swear to God, I don't work on anything important. Okay, go.
This is Cory Booker.
Cory Booker from my old home state of New Jersey. He was the mayor of Newark for a long time, and now he's a U.S. Senator.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a storm in our nation. There is darkness and wind. People are getting hurt. What we need is not from on high. We need foot soldiers of our democracy who in times of trial are willing to stand up. Will you stand for our democracy? Will you stand to get out the vote? Will you stand for our children? Will you stand up for our elders? And will you stand together, unified, strong, be the hope that people need? We are Democrats. It's time for a new deal. It's time to redeem the dream of America.
I mean, I couldn't do much more of that. Just because you speak loud doesn't mean you speak accurately.
Here's the problem. I have so many problems on this. Yeah, he's lying about everything.
Of course.
He's saying gloom and doom because the division that creates the power.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you divide, you're in control.
Yeah.
But the main thing here, he's on a book tour right now. And guess what the title of the book is, Vic?
I'm the new weather forecaster named Spartacus.
No, it's called Stand.
Will you stand to get out the vote? Will you
Oh, my
stand
God, he's
for
selling
our
a
children? Will you stand up for our elders?
Stand, everybody, stand, because my book is called Stand, and I want you to buy my book.
Sly and the Family Stone had an album called Stand, so you guys got to stand and buy my book. And by the way, tonight, darkness and wind.
Stand, everybody, because if you buy my book.
Is this somebody?
Yeah,
Who is-
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Stover. Hey, Dave.
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Good. How you
Listen
doing?
to you. Hey, just so all my friends over there on that other platform know, I'm just ribbing you.
I get it.
You're mad at me.
You're giving us material. You kidding me? You're giving us comedy. Free comedy.
No, we're like the Democrats, right. Dave. We love division on that because it's fun for us to hear.
It makes me giggle so hard every time the union protests come up. I just chuckle.
Now, I got to ask you, Mr. Facebook. I just have to ask you a question. You said, oh, Vic, where did you put up that video? So I can only assume that you did watch Burr, 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 Burr.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just want to check.
Yeah, I did a Burr, Burr, Burr. Absolutely.
Love it. I love that dog so much. I can't love her any more than I do.
Well, Sally Bones is a lot like my friend named Charlie, and Charlie gets the same treatment, but I just don't do the sound effects, Vic.
Well, just call me. My fees are very reasonable. Not a problem. Dave, thank you so much for the call.
Yeah, buddy.
See you, bud.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Burr, 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 burr.
No, that's cute. I love that.
What's crazy about it is this poor dog, I'm
Poor
the guy. What?
Poor dog. That dog is pampered so hard.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Poor dog.
Let me tell you something, okay? This dog has more bones. She's so aptly named as Sally Bones. She'll sit there and cry in front of me. With a bone. Okay, I'll go get you a bone. So I get up and I get her what we call the maple kind.
Okay.
Which is milk bones with gravy in it.
Oh, my God.
It doesn't taste like maple, but it's in honor of
Why would you do that?
Because it's in honor of that dog on the internet that said, you like the maple kind, yeah? Well, I ate it.
I love
and then she'll eat it, and then she'll be like, no, I want a different kind. I want a different kind of bone. So I got to get up again.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, man. She owns
Bad
me.
llama.
You are a bad guy for doing that to her.
We have, what?
Did she, you know what you're doing? She lost an ounce when you took her to the doctor. You said, oh, she lost some weight.
0.6 pounds.
Okay, 0.6 pounds. Okay, great. But then you're celebrating by giving her all kinds of food now, and you're going to take her back there. She'll be 5 pounds heavier.
Yeah, well, I'll blame it on her.
Yeah, it'll be her fault.
I don't want the maple kind. Can I get a collagen bone?
Is that what she says to you?
Yeah, she wants a collagen bone. Or we have these big long bones that are like literally like a foot long, and I try to get it right in the middle of her mouth. So she gets it caught between the wall and the couch, and she bounces back because it's too long.
I like that.
What else do we give her? I mean, you name it. Oh, glucosamine treats, which are good.
Yeah, I give those to Nico.
Joints and muscles and stuff, right?
And little Nico,
little Nico.
He looks at me, and we'll be sitting there, and I don't know what he wants, but he'll just start going and moving his mouth. He moves his mouth, and I'm thinking to myself, use your words, buddy. And that's what I say to him. I go, use your words. And Katie's like, he doesn't know words. I go, I don't care.
Sounds to me like he was eating.
Almost. It was close. It was it's very close to that. So fun.
We should put Nico and that guy side by side.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for having the record player on at night to listen to us this morning.
Make sure you have the record player on at night.
One and only Jamie Allman, 3 martini lunch.
Award-winning,
Common Sense Radio. We'll take it at noon.
See you.
I mean to 2. It's noon now.
GL250000615. We've seen all kinds of clogs, so remember the rule. Only flush 3 things. Number 1, number 2, and toilet paper.
What about my dinosaurs?
No?
My monster truck?
Nope.
What about...
If it's not the big 3, don't flush it.
But if someone does flush a dinosaur...
Call Grasser. We clear the clog and get things moving again.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeServices.com.
Oh, Adam, you are so romantic. And I love the kitchen you found with all these great crumbs.
Yeah, baby, only the finest crumbs in the kitchen for my favorite aunt. Oh no, it's the pest control company again with those green wheels. They always kill the mood.
This is Derek, the owner of All Solutions Pest Control. Give us a call today at 636-486-7888. We'd love to help you out. Learn more about our special $67 offer. You can visit us online at allsolutionspestcontrol.com.
If a pest-free home is your goal, call All Solutions Pest Control.
Do you own a timeshare? Well, face the facts. You made a mistake. You made a bad purchase. A timeshare is not an investment. It's a money pit that continues forever. If you use your timeshare, that's great. But if you don't and you want to legally get out of your contract, call my friends right now at the Timeshare Exit Hotline. They're an experienced team of lawyers who help good people like you get out of a timeshare contract that they just don't want. Don't throw away your money on maintenance fees. Use it for things you really want. We can help you end your timeshare contract and stop the money drain immediately. If you're ready to move on with your timeshare, call our team right now.
Cancel your timeshare now with this free call. 800-524-1641. 800-524-1641. 800-524-1641. That's 800-524-1641.
KLGY HD3 Clayton, K270BW Bellefonte, KNBS Bowling Green. This is News Talk STL at 1019, 94.1, and always streaming at newstalkstl.com.
Breaking news at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump announcing last night he is extending the ceasefire in the war with Iran. Jason Campbell with the Middle East Institute says there's no clear messaging at the moment coming from the White House.
The White House appears very conflicted in its messaging surrounding these talks. And I think part of this is Iran is very adept at taking advantage of opportunities to strengthen their position. And I think they're sitting back now playing this game about whether they will or will not go to Islamabad, in part in reaction to the lack of straight messaging coming out of the White House.
The president said he is extending the ceasefire and refusing to hold more talks for now until, in his words, such time as their leaders and representatives can come up with a unified proposal. That's despite previously saying he would not move that deadline. U.S. stock's been heading toward another record high.
I'm Damian Troisi, and this is Markets in a Minute. Stocks rose in morning trading on Wall Street Wednesday. The S&P 500 rose 0.6%. The Dow rose 0.7%. The Nasdaq Composite rose 0.7%. The U.S. extended a fragile